discovery.
Hello and welcome to Cutting to the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And this week we're doing a weird news special because we went to the Oktoberfest yesterday and got really drunk.
Yeah, we didn't have time to research anything
No.
this week. And we're all a little bit delicate,
Yes.
I would say, from yesterday's shenanigans. So bear with us. But you'll still get your same quality, hilarious, entertaining and informing podcast from us, maybe.
Allegedly.
Possibly. So,
Yeah, so it's just weird news this week and
Yeah.
that's your lot.
that's it. But weird news specials are fun.
Yeah?
We've got some reggae box, haven't
And
we?
we have got a reggae box. So
Never go full Alex.
Never go full Alex at the end.
Awesome.
So right, should we, that's the first one. This is pretty recent. From literally, I think it was yesterday. Banksy painting shredded immediately after selling for over £1 million.
That's amazing.
So world-renowned artist and professional prankster Banksy knows a thing or two about attracting attention, yet his latest stunt might be his most extravagant, expensive to date. On Friday night, his famous 2006 artwork, Girl with a Balloon, was auctioned off by Sotheby's, eventually selling for the eye-watering price of £1.2 million. This wasn't a regular auction though, as appears to have been an elaborate performance piece.
Oh.
Once the piece was sold, it slowly started to slide out of its frame and into a shredder that was installed within, thus destroying the valuable piece that someone had spent a lot of money on just moments before. And if you've got £1 million to spend on a piece of fucking artwork, first of all, I think you're a cunt. Second of all, don't spend £1 million on a fucking painting.
No, not Banksy. I mean, it's...
Isn't he like an anti-capitalist
Yeah.
person?
So, this is brilliant. I quite like this.
Yeah. It literally, apparently, it was as the what they call the auctioneer's hammer, the gabble.
Yeah.
That's what triggered it. As soon as that thing went down, sold. Zzz.
Oh, man. I wonder how the person who bought it feels.
I don't know, but the Alex Branzik of Sotheby's said he was not in on the ruse.
Why is he calling it a ruse?
I like that word though.
I like it, but I wouldn't call this a ruse. I'd say this was a prank.
My favourite use of the word ruse comes from the film Clerks. That's
Right.
where I learned it from. Where Randall, he's not paying attention to the woman in the shop, and she holds up one video, and she's like, "Is this a good film?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." And then she goes, "How about this one?" And holds up the same film, and he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." And she's like, "You didn't even look." And he's like, "I didn't appreciate your attempt at a ruse." Love that movie.
Yes.
So, do you want to read the
so-
quote?
Do you want Gaz in
Oh.
your accent?
What's he-
Man,
oh, is he-
he's from Sotheby's.
It appears we have just got Banksy'd. He is arguably the greatest British street artist, and tonight we saw a little piece of Banksy genius. We are busy figuring out what this means in an auction context. The shredding is now part of the integral artwork. We have not experienced a situation where a painting has spontaneously shredded upon achieving a record for the artist. So, but from what he's saying there, I read into that is he's like, yeah, but now we got a shredded Banksy.
Oh, they're still going to sell
And it was, it's the famous shredded Banksy.
Yeah.
And now some dumb cunt's going to spend 2.6 million on a Banksy in a box.
Just literally a cardboard box filled with strips of
Yeah.
Banksy artwork.
The most expensive confetti.
It's an expensive jigsaw piece.
Yeah.
Put some sellotape on the back. Be fine.
I mean, I wonder if the person who bought it, I don't know if the article, we might find out in a moment.
So I think if you go down, we've got the quote. We have talked with a successful purchaser who was surprised by the story. No. We are in discussion about next steps. I suppose, can they sell it? I mean...
Well, I can guarantee the next step will be the fucking purchaser saying, I want my fucking 1.2 million back. Good old Banksy.
Yeah, I like that. Thought it was worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally against it. I mean, a private collector, has all this art in his place where only he and his friends and family can see it. Do you know
His
what I mean?
reptilian friends.
Yeah.
Very true.
You know. That's why I like it when these people buy it and they donate it to a museum.
Yeah, well, that's what's we were talking about Indiana Jones off mic, weren't we? What's the quote? This belongs in a museum.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the Ark of the Covenant he was talking about, though, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe, but you wouldn't want that in a museum because someone's only got to lift the lid off and
Yeah.
some inquisitive child gets beyond that red velvet rope,
And causes
lifts the lid up, next thing you know, demons everywhere, his face is melting. Sue the museum for that. Your Ark of the Covenant exhibition melted my child's face.
This is worse than the time Banksy shredded his fucking painting. It's a disgrace. I say, good on you, Banksy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously got enough money to live and survive and be quite healthy, so he doesn't. I love the fact that 1.2 million doesn't interest him.
I bet he was
what
in
a
the
statement
audience.
to make. Probably,
Yeah.
because no one's to this day doesn't know what he looks like today. That's a
I think
miracle
so.
in itself, isn't it? But people must know. He must have close people to him that know, but
He's a Batman.
No
No one
one's-
knows.
but no one's
Maybe
ever.
it's a future episode.
Yeah, who the fuck is Banksy? I've never watched the film. I've been told it's excellent. Exit through the gift
Yeah,
shop.
I've not seen it, but
I've been
I
told
mean
it's
to,
good.
yeah.
So, yeah, good on you, Banksy.
Yeah.
And if for some bizarre reason, I can't imagine there's anyone listening who doesn't know Banksy. But if you don't, you're in for a treat. Google street artist Banksy. You must know him. If you don't know him, you know his artwork.
Yeah, you've seen his artwork
Yeah.
somewhere.
Excellent, good on
Yeah.
him.
So the next one, bit of time travel. Time traveller who claims he visited the year 8,973 passes a lie detector test. And as we said before, they're not exactly great, are they?
Right, this is a perfect time to light this joint.
A man who claims he was sent by the British government to a future where immortal human cyborgs rule has passed a lie detector test. I like how we're getting on the time travel now. Before we had the Project Montauk and the Americans and Captain Burrito going back to the Civil War. And now we've got the British government jumping on that. We've got a secret time travel programme, obviously.
So, but what's a... No, read the article.
No.
We'll...
The Mirror reports that William Taylor claims he was part of a project funded by the British government which saw him spend 6 hours in the year 8,973.
Wow.
On his jolly jaunt into realms unknown, William encountered all manner of fancy things, including telepathic robot-human hybrids who live forever. In a secretive project that he claims was sponsored by the British government, Taylor was fast-tracked forward a few thousand years to see what was what. And despite apocalyptic predictions of the future planet Earth, Taylor said it was a utopia that he didn't want to leave. Apparently there was no crime, conflict, poverty or disease, and there was a cure for every problem. Well, of course,
Yeah, because everyone's a fucking robot.
Oh, got a bit of rust on my elbow, Doctor. That's the most you're going to get.
We're
Oh,
gonna
man.
live forever.
Oh, dear.
The inhabitants of this perfect paradise were cyborg-like residents, and although Taylor claims they looked somewhat freaky to our sensibilities, these future creatures had hearts of gold. The cyborgs had abnormally large heads and eyes, but small mouths. But here's the best part, they're all immortal. Taylor believes that the alien-like creatures were direct descendants of human beings, and although they communicated through telepathy, they could also speak to Taylor in the English tongue. Well, that's fucking convenient, isn't it?
Well, they're cyborgs, they're
8,970.
mortal cyborgs, of course they can speak.
But 8,973 and the English language has not evolved enough that he can still understand them.
They can probably go back to the dialect of the time.
Well, I suppose if they're all connected to
Yeah.
the internet, yeah, they could go back.
The hive mind.
The hive mind. Oh, man.
Would that then lead to a lack of individualism amongst these people? Because they're all plugged into one hive mind.
It's probably from he was there for 6 hours and to him looks like a utopia, but I bet if he asked around a bit, he might have met an android that was like, I desperately want to do ballet. I want a pink Mohican, but it's not allowed. We're all uniform. We're all... Shh, quick, they're coming.
Oh,
It's probably
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
human slaves in the tin mines, though.
yeah, never saw them, did he?
He didn't find the
Yeah.
human slaves. No, if he didn't go to anyone's house, we're probably kept at home like pets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotta go and walk the human later.
Yeah.
Humans would be a shit pet. Wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We would be the worst pet, always fucking complaining.
It won't stop. masturbating.
Oh, my human, I've got the same problem.
And he won't. Hey, you owner, these biscuits are shit.
Call these fucking biscuits. It's a fucking disgrace. You throw them in your robot's face. I'm on fucking hunger strike. And stop wiping your ass on the carpet, dragging yourself along.
Stop mounting someone's leg, you know.
Don't watch me when I do this. It makes me uncomfortable. Fucking robot freak.
We would be the worst pets ever. I'm sorry.
We would.
Excellent. Well, I
apparently,
like the idea though of it. It's nice that, I mean, people do say that's the next stage of human evolution. We're eventually just going to build robot bodies, but I thought the idea was that we would inject our consciousness or transfer our minds into the robot bodies.
Yeah,
but then I suppose though, what happens then? Because robots can't fucking create new ones, can they? They must. So eventually the personalities are going to run out.
Yeah.
And where does the and then
they live forever.
But what I'm saying is they'll evolve beyond. We're going to get this started. It'll start with us converting our bodies to robotic bodies, putting our consciousness in robotic bodies, but eventually there won't be any more humans.
No, there'll be like the 3,000 cyborgs.
Yeah.
3 million cyborgs or whatever.
Unless they, like, when you give up you get your cyborg implants, they, you know, take a gene sample or a semen sample or an egg sample or whatever.
Oh, but they can grow them in vitro, can't they?
Yeah, this is the year 8973. They're just growing humans.
Very true, yes. So they'll have human factories. And when two cyborgs want to have a baby cyborg, they go and buy one of the grown babies, transfer its mind into a little baby robot body.
Maybe you stay as a human for a while, and then you get the cyborg thing as you get older.
But what I'm saying is, eventually you won't need humans in the equation at all, will you? And we'll have just evolved into something new, and it'll just be these robots left for eternity, which sounds like utopia. Great for the robots. Is that great for us?
No.
Because we cease to be.
Well, I suppose it's evolution, isn't
You
it?
should have asked more questions, Taylor, you silly fucking...
Well, there's no such thing as death now.
For them.
But then again,
Will they just keep the population at a constant level then?
I'd say
They probably won't make any new
ones. Oh, it's bollocks anyway, what are we talking about?
How very dare you. Are you suggesting, Mike, that this Taylor fellow, who, may I remind you, passed a, quote, lie detector test...
And Thatcher's government in 1981 fucking got the money together to knock together a time travel programme.
Yeah. You'd be a bit pissed off if you're the government though, and you paid for all this, and off he went and did his findings, and he obviously must have signed a non-disclosure agreement, and here he is talking to the Inquisitor.com.
Yeah. No one expects Inquisitor.com.
Let's say it's true.
Okay.
And, let's see what else he said, because he says, Taylor himself has claimed to have visited the future before. He said he used a cylindrical time machine to visit the year 3000. Apparently, life in 3000 wasn't as rosy as it was in 8973.
Did everyone live underwater like the song?
I didn't want to be there too long. There was a red sky and pollution was everywhere. I realised there was radiation in the air, so I had to leave quickly. Oh, fuck. So we've got to have a nuclear apocalypse before we get to the happy cyborg land.
We'll be dead by then anyway, won't we?
But he also says by 2028 we'll all have time machines and we can hop around in time and space unhindered.
What, like Rick and Morty?
So, why would it be shit in 3000 unless there was a nuclear war, perhaps?
You may scoff at Taylor's outlandish claims. All the stories have passed the lie detector test carried out by Apex TV with honours.
I'm sure he has.
Oh, they're the guys. They're the ones that had that skinny time traveller, and then his dad decided to get in on the deal. Remember? He said, "Oh yeah, I'm him from 40 years on," and they blurred all their faces, even though they were one was considerably taller and the other was about 12 stone heavier.
Oh man,
that's the same people. They seem to do all that time travel stuff. This Apex TV.
Well, I'm not casting aspersions, but Apex TV, they sound to me like a TV channel. or an internet TV channel, where does their expertise in the field of lie detector
There we go.
operation come from? Where did they fucking buy it from?
Probably Alex Jones.
Was it eBay?
We know they're not reliable anyway, so
Yeah.
proves
Yeah.
nothing.
Can't use them in court. All it proves is that guy knows how to beat a lie detector test. He just stayed very calm, didn't get sweaty.
There you go.
Fuck's sake.
Why couldn't he just
popped a couple of Valium or something?
Why couldn't he just bring something back with him to prove his thing? Or, you know.
But is it like in some movies where you bring something physical back and it just disintegrates as soon as you get back?
Yeah, maybe. There does say no repercussions on.
Well,
by 2028, you can go wherever you want, do whatever you want, no repercussions.
Well, that's why the Terminators arrive naked, don't they? Because they can't send
Inanimate
like
objects, metal
clothes
objects.
won't survive the Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, thing is, it might be quite an accurate description of the future because that's what a lot of futurists and people seem to think is the way things are obviously going. A good quote that Joe Rogan always brings up, it's from someone else, a famous writer, but humans are the sex organs of the machine world. So essentially our only purpose on Earth, the human species, was to then give birth to the next species which will be robotic and will inhabit the Earth. Because they're going to be able to live in without the, if the sun goes dark, I don't know, maybe the robots will be okay.
Yeah.
If there's an asteroid that covers the cloud so the sunlight doesn't get through for like 20 years and kills off all the organic life, the robots are going to be alright, aren't they?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Oh man.
It's all so fucking grimdark.
It is, isn't it? Oh, I love being human. This is why I wish we were thick. Thick people are happy. It's true.
Ignorance is bliss.
It is. Thick people are happier than us.
There's a nice video, nice tie-in. I got to that video.
Oh yeah, later on, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that next?
I don't know. I don't know what's up next.
So
yeah, it's oh yeah, it is. There we go.
Okay.
So are thick people happier?
Yes.
Let's find out. This is from Occupy Democrats. We featured one of their videos before, the Space Force video, which was we were all big fans of.
Yes, we've heard these people before. They're wonderful.
So this is 4 minutes of Trump supporters saying the dumbest things.
You're welcome, listener.
What if a picture of Trump surfaced showing him smoking crack? Would you still vote for him?
Absolutely.
We won who is poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Grab it while you can, Trump.
What is it?
The pussy! Yeah! Grab it all while you can! Except I can't talk like that in front of my daughter.
You just did.
You just did.
Michelle, that's a man.
So did you get? What did you say?
Michelle's a man.
Michelle Obama's a man.
Yeah, a she-male.
Okay. What proof do you have?
You can see all in media, in pictures and everything.
What if a picture of Trump surfaced showing him smoking crack? Would you still vote for him?
Absolutely.
What if he stood in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shot somebody? Would you still vote for him?
Absolutely.
He got a tattoo on his forehead that said, "Sit here, ladies."
Absolutely.
Oh.
Trump. His name's not Hillary.
Neither is Bernie's.
Yeah, but he's a socialist.
Okay, what does that mean?
He's just not, he's just not good. Like, I don't like him at all.
Okay.
Umm Abedin appears to have a Muslim name, and maybe they're connected some way in a form of traitorism against America.
Traitorism.
Describe him in 3 words. What would they be? Powerful. He's not a bitch. Manly.
I come from a Christian background, so definitely something that's good for me because now we get to actually celebrate Christmas and stuff.
You weren't celebrating Christmas before.
No, we do, but it's Christmas it's not.
But you wouldn't get each other gifts.
Oh, we do that too.
Oh, so
yeah, but it's
what were you doing
but
before?
people saying happy holidays and other people.
Oh, that was offensive to you.
Yeah, it's not offensive. I'm offended by it.
You didn't really. It wasn't even really an issue before.
No, it wasn't an issue for me.
You feel good about it.
Yeah, now it's just okay, it's Christmas, and then it's okay.
But you feel good that it's Christmas.
Exactly.
Even if we never felt any different before.
Right.
How do you feel about the issue of sexual assault and whether it's a...
Let me ask you this. When he said that, he was a Democrat. He's opened his eyes, now he's a Republican. He's sorry for it.
Okay.
What do you think about the idea of loving thy neighbor?
You don't want somebody living next door to you that's going to sneak over and murder you in your sleep.
Who's going to do that?
Muslims?
Who's the communist down here?
What did you mean by that?
Well, all you have to do is study it out. Just study it out, and you'll see. You haven't done your homework, buddy.
And what do I need to study?
Go to somebody else. He's a communist, and those of us who are not voting for him know it.
And what do you mean by communist?
You don't know?
No, just tell me. Help me out here.
You don't know?
I just want to know what you mean.
Oh, I know what I mean.
Well, help us out. You're on national television.
Oh, I know I'm on national television.
Well, tell me what you mean when you just accuse a guy of being a cop. You think he's
You
American?
just study it out.
Is he an American?
Oh, no.
He's not an American.
No.
What is he? What country is he from?
Just because he was born here doesn't mean that he thinks like us. He's a communist, buddy.
Okay, thank you.
Not like California with 3 million illegals voting.
You believe that there was widespread voting abuse?
I think there was in some states.
In the millions of people?
California allows it.
People do not allow illegal. You mean voter fraud? California allows.
This is the kind of person that needs to lead our country. God can use anybody. He used the harlots. And that's the thing. It's all about what God can do.
To allow her husband to disrespect her, I think that's horrible.
You're holding that to Hillary?
What we sow is what we receive.
So what's worse? Hillary allowing Bill to cheat or Donald Trump cheating?
Well, I want to be clear.
And I am so excited about Space Force. I think ISIS could get to space.
ISIS?
Space ISIS.
Pretty much we need regulations in space because you can do whatever you want.
Isn't Trump against regulation?
Yeah, but I just stuttered myself here. You know what? Space Force, it's just a cool name.
Yeah, that's got a point on that.
Yes. Oh, that was...
So yeah.
Funny, but also sad.
These people walk among us and they vote.
My favourite was that politician who said, I want to be clear, I misspoke. Like 1 sentence after he's just made the statement. Fucking hell.
Actually, my favourite one was the old woman with the blind chick glasses on going, he's a communist. He's like, oh, what's that mean? Well, you don't know? And they just tell me.
It was the girl about Christmas that got me.
Oh, yeah, she was good as well.
She was adamant that she was right, even though he was undoing her whole argument throughout the interview.
She's still like, right, she still thought she was winning an argument, didn't she? She was that...
I think the beauty of that guy, that guy in particular, is that he's not being nasty. He's just like, come on, tell me then.
Yeah, he's not being confrontational.
He's giving them a chance to air their views and they're hanging themselves.
Yeah, and he knows how to get them to hang themselves. Which is the beautiful part. I wouldn't say it was sort of biased. I think he's giving these people a chance to communicate their own opinions.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of them are batshit insane.
Best way to do it.
She reminded me, you know the lady who said you don't want neighbours next to you that are going to murder you in
Do you
your
mean
sleep?
the lady in the Stars and Stripes cowboy outfit?
Yeah. Well, he said to her, who's going to do that? And she said, Muslims. And it reminded me of, there's a comedian called Ralphie May. He does this awesome little bit where he essentially says that the boom period America had before 9/11 happened because everyone was working together. Black, white and brown, those are his words. I think he means Mexicans.
Hispanics.
Hispanics, yeah, sorry. To build a booming economy, everything was going great. Then 9/11 happened and he says, we have a new boogeyman now.
Yeah.
A different kind of brown person. They're Muslims, and he's like, they're at every corner, they're going to get you, they're going to jump out, and he just breaks into song and sings, Muslims are gonna get you, Muslims are gonna get you, Allah, Allah. There's so much truth to it though, because she's just proved the point. She doesn't know what a fucking Muslim is, she's just been told, that's what's going to get you.
She reminded me of a crack-addicted or meth-addicted barmaid. I don't know why. In some deep southern trailer park town, there's a little shanty bar, and she's wearing that outfit to work every day because all she's got in her life is to be proud of the fact that she was born somewhere by accident. So,
I bet she's like a head teacher or something.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
If my child's head teacher, I haven't got any, but if hypothetically, scenario, turned up, I found out that they were trotting around in a Union Jack sort of suit with a bowler hat and shouting about the fucking how great the Tories are, I'd be having serious words with them.
Yeah.
Like, why the suit, mate?
I was just about to say I probably still would have sex with her, but then I followed it through in my mind to like walking into her bar in the middle of nowhere and turning on the old Gaz charm and saying to her, hello, and she'd be like, what the fuck? You talking like a homosexual or something? What is that accent? Like, oh, this is Queen's English, darling. May I buy you a drink? Fucking fag! And she'll be shooting at me as I run through the fucking bar.
You're going to be running to the bar with glasses exploding either side of you. As everyone in the bar pulls
Everyone, he's a what? I was literally trying to have sex with that woman! Sounds like a homo to me.
You ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I haven't, no, but
there's
I
a
know
scene in it where he's after this one woman and he really fancies her, and he finally gets slogging her in the dressing room and thinks this is it, yeah. And he looks over and there's a picture of George W. Bush. he looks at her and goes, "Are you a Republican?" She just looks at him and he just goes,
fuck.
He just can't do it.
Yeah, kills his bone.
He just can't do it.
Oh man, yeah, fucking hell. Good on you, Trump fans. I think. I don't know. Good luck to them. They're people too. That's the thing we have to remember.
But it's just like,
God,
you've got to really have, I mean, you've got to really have swallowed a lot of bullshit to be at that state.
Of course.
But the thing is, it's not their fault because they've been influenced by the media, your Fox News, the real fake news, Fox News.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, you can't say the Christian girl. You can't say happy holidays. People are saying you can't say happy Christmas. Immigrants are complaining about it. So no one's ever said that.
It just has it written in cards and things, but nobody tells
Yeah.
you can't say Merry Christmas. Everybody still says Merry Christmas to each other.
Yeah.
You know,
if you want to, I don't say Merry Christmas to you because I hate fucking Christmas. So.
Didn't we do a story on like there's a belief in America that Christmas is under threat?
The war on Christmas.
Yeah, that was it. And it's a complete media fabrication.
It's Fox News just saying that these people are coming to the country and wanting you to change your Christian values, and we're a Christian nation. You're like, it's fucking one day of getting drunk and eating too much.
Even Christmas isn't safe, folks.
Yeah.
These Muslims know no bounds.
Yeah.
They want your turkey. They want turkey banned.
And booze.
Fuck's sake. Strange times indeed. But hey, all we can do is what we are doing. Drink our way through it with a smile on our face and that good old British self-deprecating sort of, well, we know it's all fucking shit, but football was good this weekend, wasn't it?
Should we go the reggae box?
Yeah, man, let's do it. Oh, I just have one quick thing. It's kind of a news story. It was in the news today. What Jeremy said something, Jeremy Corbyn, which I thought was really good, and I thought you two might like it, being football fans. So I didn't realise he's a football fan as well. And he's saying that like, when I go and meet grassroots clubs and things, they've got no money, they've got no facilities. And he wants to get involved with the Premier League and basically put the onus on Premier League clubs to spend some of their fucking tens of millions of pounds on these fucking facilities that have nothing to do with the club but are just for the city. So kids can fucking play.
Yeah. And they potentially end up playing for that team.
You know. So yeah, I thought that was go on, Jezzy.
But can you tell private companies on how to spend their money?
No, but I'm sure you can maybe lean on them a bit. I'm sure there's ways you can.
I think if you sold it to them as look, this could be a great source of free players for you.
You can make laws and say, look, you've got to give 10% of your profit
back to your city, to grassroots football in your city. I think it's fair enough, personally.
Of course it is.
For Premier League clubs, anyway. No Premier League club is... Well, I suppose some of the clubs down the bottom haven't got money to spunk away, but no one's on the verge of going bust, are they?
No.
I mean,
No,
I wouldn't
not currently,
enforce.
anyway.
Well, I wouldn't enforce it on your League 2 teams that are struggling and things like that. Specifically, I would say Premier League clubs should definitely, put back in.
Yeah.
I'll do a few more weird news, but if you don't mind, before we.
We can do. Well, what we got? UFO news.
Hey.
Daily Star. To the Stars Academy. That's Tom DeLonge, is it? Big 92.
Right. We've covered this.
The To the Stars Academy is studying, quote, alien spaceship materials.
Well, if you remember in our Pentagon episode,
our emergency broadcast, yes, yeah.
They said that they'd recovered alien materials, didn't they?
Allegedly so.
And apparently now they're studying them.
It's taken them a while, hasn't it?
Well,
that was ages ago.
Well, they're releasing the fact that they're
You mean to tell me these people that are pulling Tom DeLonge's chain haven't rinsed his fucking fortune yet? Because they're fucking going to, Tom.
Yes,
I know
they are.
he told you he's a general, Tom. That doesn't mean he's got bits of spaceships.
He's just got Tom DeLonge so off his face. This guy's just turned up with some tin foil and some balsa wood. There you go, Tom. Alien spaceship, mate. You had a little plastic flying saucer. There you go.
Oh, the whole thing's so fucking surreal.
It is just like he's got to have. I wouldn't say he's super rich, but let's say he's got 100 million in the bank.
Yeah, because the thing is, well, not just the band, he's got a very successful clothing, skateboarding
Oh, has he?
brand,
So he's
Atticus, it's called. So I think the guy's got money to
Would you
burn.
say he's got a couple of 100 million in the bank? Are we at that level? Are we talking more? I mean,
well, I'm sure there's other investors, Ben.
There probably is, yeah.
He's still, but
It
I
just
think
seems
you're on
like-
the right lines. He's got money to burn, and he's being rinsed for it by these people.
I think he is, yeah.
Well, apparently they've got 7 samples of a down flying saucer.
Did you watch the Joe Rogan interview, mate?
I did.
It was hard to watch, wasn't
Wasn't he
it?
just sniffing all the time?
He was off it, and the thing with Joe is he won't just let you sit and. If he doesn't think there's truth to something you're saying,
he'll challenge
he
you.
won't do it in a nasty way though. But he'll just keep pushing you. It's like, well, explain that. What do you mean? How? Tom, it was painful to listen to, man, because like Tom didn't have any fucking answers. He didn't. And the story I essentially got was, he's literally meeting these generals that are telling him they used to have a certain level of clearance.
Yeah.
And he's paying them, they're on his staff now. These retired generals must be laughing all the way. They must drive home. They must love all the small things.
All the small change.
Yeah, I love this band. But anyway, what's he saying now?
So, the To the Stars Academy, a group of former Secret Service, US government workers and scientists claim to have 7 samples from a downed flying saucer. Each sample represents different elements of potential unidentified aerial phenomena and how they operate, the Academy said. Initial studies of the objects under the ADAM research project have thrown up some incredible results, according to reports. It's said that the materials released when the unidentified aerial phenomena was hovering. I'm always waiting for one of you guys to jump in when I say
Something
phenomena.
like a phenomena.
Just say UAP then if you want.
I like to say phenomena. It was hovering and also formed part of the material of a wedged craft. We've got wedged crafts, haven't we?
What's a wedged craft?
A triangle, I assume.
Oh, okay.
We've got them, isn't there? Wasn't Randy Kramer knocking on about? We have the mantas, are they? The triangle shaped. If you see a triangle shaped UFO, it's probably one of ours.
Well, the actual stealth bomber's fairly triangle shaped, isn't it? To be fair, and haven't people said that probably does get mistaken for a UFO fairly often?
I've said that.
Yeah.
Because remember when they didn't unveil the stealth aircraft, and especially the B-2, which is the bomber, the big flat flying wing.
Yeah.
I think they unveiled that about 1990.
Wow.
Maybe 89, something like that. So you've got that flying around the skies of Nevada while they're perfecting it for what, 40 years?
Christ.
You know?
So other people seeing it in that time.
You look at that from the side, it's a flat shape with a little dome on the top. Classic UFO, isn't it?
Look at it from below.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure it's that plane, but I heard that when it's on the ground, like there are gaps in the panels, like it's not like a solid, like it leaks fuel and stuff.
Oh, that's the Blackbird you're thinking of.
Because then when it goes up, everything heats up and expands and it becomes tight. But when it's on the ground, it's loose.
Yeah, it literally just groans and drips and everything. Yes, the Blackbird. But they was built in the 60s, remember?
Yeah, but still, the tech to know though that this thing's going to expand, so we've got to build that into the design. You know, and it just expands and cools and awesome tech.
Concorde used to do that.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
There was one of the pilots. Apparently in the cockpit there was this tiny little gap.
Yeah.
Between bulkheads,
awesome.
And this pilot put his hat in there. It was one of his first trips on. I think he was a co-pilot. Put his hat in this gap.
Yeah.
Had to wait till the return due to get his hat back. This thing smashed his hat together. And apparently there was a spot on the dashboard that was so hot you could have cooked an egg on it. But I don't know how true that is. Wow. That's what I read somewhere. Because remember, you got a lot of heat and friction. Yeah.
Concorde. I did hear it was an episode of Stuff You Should Know. They explained that last accident. I don't think it was the last accident.
We only had the one, to be fair.
Oh, it was the one where it hit some debris on the
That's it,
runway,
yeah.
and then it ignited and there's that awesome. Well, it's not awesome. It's tragic. Everyone died, but it looks like it's rocket powered. There's just 200 feet of flame coming out the back of it. But anyway, back to Tom DeLonge's.
Tom DeLonge, sorry.
Discovered.
Apparently, there's a picture.
That's what we're looking at now.
The sample of the material.
Is that an actual photograph or some kind of scan?
Yeah, including that one, yeah. To the Stars Academy said the magnesium zinc bismuth sample is from a UAP crash recovery, but admits the source cannot be verified. So it's like, hey, we've got this, but we can't guarantee it.
That's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah. Its experts said there is no precedent for this structured combination of materials, and the true purpose or function of the material is unknown. Intriguingly, it said that one side of a sample appears to have been tooled because it has a definite contour. They also found the material acts as a wave guide for terahertz, which are electromagnetic waves. Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting, isn't it? But it doesn't mean it's a spaceship. Could have been a plane.
No.
Could have been a missile.
The US government is storing captured materials from UFOs in a huge, heavily guarded hangar near Las Vegas, has been claimed recently. The Pentagon's top-secret Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, which is ATIP, investigated flying saucers for 4 years from 2008. Then, of course, Harry Reid was the Democratic senator who pushed for that and got his mate, what was his mate's name again? The aerospace engineer? Give him sort of 16 million quid and said, there you go.
Somebody, I think.
Yeah, go and investigate some UFOs.
Well, soon they might have to give the money to Tom DeLonge because I don't think he's going to have much left. I bet he rejoins Blink-182 one day.
Oh yeah, when he needs some money, they'll do a big tour. When they do a world tour, you refill his coffers.
To pay for more alien fucking research.
There will definitely be aliens on the stage, though, won't there?
God,
the backdrop of that. Yeah.
So what do you think? Do you think they've got something, or...?
It's hard to say, innit? I mean, I want to believe they've got something. I want to believe.
Let's say then, but putting our cynical hats on now, let's say you and I know something about metals and how to work metals.
Yeah.
Can we just take a combination of materials and metals that we know isn't regularly used because we're trying to fuck Tom over, and then just knock them together in a way that, like, he's definitely, they're going to fall for this because no plane is made. People don't use metal like this, and like it says, finishing it on a machine and it's been contoured. The only thing that I'm not even going to claim to understand, what I'm saying is I think it'd be easy for someone to blag something. But the bit I'm not going to pretend to understand is when it said it acts like a waveform for what?
Electromagnetic waves. They must conduct electromagnetic waves. Which I believe that someone somewhere theorised that saucers fly using that kind of stuff. That's their purport. That's their levitate. Fires like gravity waves, electromagnetic waves down. That bounces back up and sort of keeps them in the air, and so then that's the crash.
Well,
they're always crashing. That always bugs me. But then again, are they being brought down?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
There's the thing with the Roswell, for example. They were testing all that the highly advanced radar. Did that fuck up the UFO's propulsion? Can they bring them down with really intense radar beams?
Yeah. Let's say it's true then. Let's go down that path. It's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Yeah. It's... Yeah. It is. You're basically saying we've got this stuff that's been tooled and it's not from our planet.
And it conducts...
You would say that was a smoking gun, wouldn't you?
You would argue that is a smoking gun, definitely.
That is proof.
But would that really be allowed to get into the hands of fucking...
Well, that's Tom DeLonge of all people.
Tom DeLonge's Alien Company Limited.
That's another question.
It'd be like the CIA knocking on the door and offering us a fucking corpse of a grey to dissect right now, wouldn't it? Hey, you guys, you conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Here's a body.
Have a gander at this.
Have a gander at this.
You got 30 grand lying around first.
No.
Then have a gander. Well, let's say we did and we handed it over and then they gave us the alien body. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sceptical, but I'd like to...
Okay.
You know,
move on.
I'm open, but sceptical.
Yeah? Ooh.
Large hard on.
Why, thank you.
You better explain what the fuck just happened there. Read the headline.
Large Hadron Collider
Thank you.
could shrink the Earth into a 300-foot ball. I'm a big fan of the theory that they
Wow.
actually opened up some, when they kicked that thing off, they opened up some kind of multiverse.
Yeah, because Rally's
and
been
it all
fucked
got,
up.
because everything got shit since they started it up.
And it's all gone shit and surreal though, isn't it? Like, so,
Well, look at our earlier video.
yeah. What have they done?
Oh man. Yeah, so conspiracy theorists are obsessed with the idea the Large Hadron Collider could evoke a black hole. Or open a hole for hell itself, allowing demons to swarm. Swarm of demons!
From the hole from hell!
Oh man.
Taking my soul. Now a serious scientist has pointed out the hidden dangers of particle accelerators like the Large Hadron Collider. The Royal Astronomer Martin Rees, or the Astronomer Royal, sorry, isn't that like the highest astronomer in the country?
I think so.
Describes the, in brackets, theoretical risks in a new book on the future, Prospects for Humanity, the Large Hadron Collider. The Telegraph reports perhaps a black hole could form and then suck everything around it. Whoa, sounds good to me. The second frightening possibility is that the quarks, whatever the fuck they are, recompile into compressed objects called strangles. This in itself would be harmless. However, according to some hypotheses, a stranglet could, by contagion, convert anything else it meets into a new form of matter, transforming the entire Earth into a hyperdense sphere of about 100 metres.
That sucks.
Hey, at least it's still a sphere. Fuck you, flat earthers.
And they'd be able to see it was because you could just
You'd
stand up
be able to
and
see
look.
the curve. Literally, mate.
Hang on though, are we going to shrink as well, or are we just going to fucking die?
I think
we die.
Fuck.
Because if we shrink, we're going to die anyway. It's going to crush our bones, isn't it?
Well, if we got... let's
Let's
say
it's like inner space, it shrinks us to
Well, let's say we shrank with it, we'd still all freeze to death, wouldn't we? Because if the Earth was suddenly that much smaller, it would be that much further away from the sun, wouldn't it? So we might
Yeah, a
freeze
little
over.
bit. But also it would lose its atmosphere because it wouldn't be able to contain it.
Oh,
so we'd probably all die of...
Fucking scientists. With your experiments.
With your doomsday devices.
Opening your holes to hell. Well,
Rees says that empty space, what physicists call emptiness, well, I could have fucking figured that one out, is more than just nothing. It is the arena for everything that happens. It has latent in it and all the forces and particles that govern the physical world. The present vacuum could be fragile and unstable. Some have speculated that the concentrated energy created when the particles crash together could trigger a phase transition that could tear out the fabric of space. This would be a cosmic calamity, not only terrestrial.
Holy fuck.
And then some kind of fucking demon beast swarm through that hole.
So yeah, not only opening up a hole to hell, we're opening up a hole in space! Wow! And we'll destroy... That's so human! Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll not only fuck up our own planet, we'll take down entire cosmoses with us. You know what I mean? Galaxies. We'll just rip a big hole in them. Sorry, guys!
We're going like we came in, kicking and screaming.
Yeah. Oh man, and covered in quarks. Whatever the fuck a quark is. I don't know.
I wish you would have explained what a quark was.
It's down at the quantum level, I think. It's like
Some type of particle.
Yeah.
The noise you can hear is the cat.
That's the show cat, Chester.
You should be used to him by now.
You go to atoms and then quarks and then it goes lower into the things.
I'd say don't fuck with the quarks, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Leave them alone.
Don't start opening gateways to hell in space. Although, isn't that just the plot of Final Space? Have you guys seen that yet?
No.
Where they have to close a hole in space.
Oh yeah, I have seen the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched that.
Yeah. But they have to blow the antimatter bomb at the literally event horizon to close the portal. Yeah.
Well, I think I might spend the rest of my life. There should be one lone protester outside the Hadron Collider.
That's going to dedicate
You know
your
what I
life.
mean? With a sign and a beard, and a dirty Mac.
I think you should have the sandwich sign with the end is nigh on it, and then stop colliding hadrons on the back.
No holes to hell. Not in my name.
They probably just invite you in, give you a cuppa, show you where you're wrong.
Yeah, or execute me round the back.
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah. One more weird news.
Can we call a quick piss break?
Yeah.
Let's do
it. Awesome. Alright, so what we got next? In our Weird News Farce Awakens episode. Oh, I saw this fucker. Real life vampire reveals he drinks blood and sleeps in a coffin after a dream changes life forever. Oy. Andreas Bathory from Romania believes vampires are not only found in fiction and in fact walk among us. Pardon my cynical reading of this, listener. He said he occasionally sleeps in a coffin when he wants to connect with the souls of the dead. Andreas said he was visited by a figure in his dream, a warlord with a taste for blood, and claims he was chosen to spread his message. No, you're just fucking taking
You just had a dream and you're taking it literally, you bellend.
Yes. The, quote, vampire lord who lives on the sprawling grounds of Dracula's castle, Bran Castle in Transylvania, argues traditional blood drinking isn't sexual and true vampirism should not be confused with the more modern advent of blood fetishism. Andreas said, I keep a distance from the modern online vampire community. Well, that's fair enough. They're twats too. We preserve traditions, I don't know who this we is, preserve traditions that are more than 600 years old. The modern vampire community is full of sexual practices that work against the nature of existence of the higher self of the vampire. The vampire within doesn't fulfill itself through sexual deviance, blood fetishes, or BDSM, that's bondage, domination, and submission. If anyone doesn't know. And this is not the way of the vampire. Well, I'm not interested in the way of the fucking vampire then, to be fair, because there's no sexual deviance. I'm not really interested.
Yeah, what's the point? Otherwise, it's just a bunch of guffing about, isn't it?
Sleeping in coffins, thinking that you're
connecting with the dead.
Souls of the dead.
Yeah. Oh, this guy needs locking up. Whose coffins have been sleeping in? How can you legally get access to someone's coffin and
They just buy a coffin, didn't you?
Yeah, but nobody died in that one then, did they?
Well, yeah, so you can just buy one.
Oh, does he? Oh, so he's not actually lying in a coffin that's got a body in it.
No, because that'd just be really unlikely.
Oh, so he's just going down the Undertaker's and like, you fucking pussy. That's
He's just took up a bedroom and he's got a coffin on
Oh,
it, you know,
God,
like,
yeah.
I'm a vampire.
Do it like the rest of us. Go and dig up a grave, steal the coffin, and take it home.
I bet he's got fake mirrors that don't show you reflections.
Oh, yeah. I bet, oh, God, yeah.
Oh, man. No, what a...
I'd like to drive a stake through his heart to sit...
Yeah. And I bet he goes out and he orders spaghetti bolognese and he says, you know, leave the garlic bread and shit like that. You know?
Yeah, but he'd have to be invited in everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go to the restaurant. Can I come in? No. Oh.
But this bloke saying that, like, he dreamt it, so it's obviously true. So once the famous 80s singer in a dream, Morrissey, in my dream, came round for a cup of tea. It was very vivid, and I remember it to this day. We sat there and I had a cup of tea with Morrissey. I don't walk around telling people I'm mates with Morrissey. He came to me in a dream. It's real. You fucking fool.
You build a tea room for him.
Just in case he ever comes back.
Anyone call?
You sleep in a blanket made of Morrissey record covers.
Yes. Heaven knows I'm miserable.
Hey, you will be if you keep listening to him.
Oh no, it's very uplifting music actually. Very Marmite, I understand though, so...
He's alright, I don't mind the Smiths are okay. Andreas claims his life changed forever when he was visited by an infamous figure in a dream, Vlad Tepes, also known as Vlad the Impaler, a warlord with a taste for blood. Andreas said, 4 years ago, he came to me in my dreams. He was in a dark chamber calling me my son. I can't help but think he might have been abused by a priest. 4 years ago.
In a coffin.
In a coffin. I don't believe I'm his descendant, but rather he chose me to relay his message and traditions with a new generation. But he wasn't a vampire. He just liked to impale people as a bit of a psychological fuck you to the Turks.
Yeah, he wasn't drinking blood.
He wasn't. Oh, he did drink blood. But
oh, okay.
He wasn't. What amongst a forest of impaled corpses usually, but still, he wasn't a what you call a. He wasn't your traditional vampire. He was just a guy who knew he had to do some weird shit to fuck with Turks who were trying to invade his country.
Yeah, he didn't have like a big collar and a cape, did he?
No, he definitely didn't turn into a bat.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'll run something by you speaking of bats. Leona was laughing at me hysterically the other night. I wouldn't go out in the garden for a smoke. because there was a bat flying round.
Yeah.
She found this utterly hilarious, and apparently I'm the biggest pussy in the world now.
What's the bat gonna do?
I didn't like the fact, hear me out, it just flying round seemingly randomly to me, and it was half dark, half light, dusk I think it's known as.
When you kill dragons, that's the perfect time, isn't it?
It was just weird to have a bat flying round, and the idea of it making contact with me completely freaks me out. I don't want one of them horrible little fuckers touching me with their fingers go all the way to the ends of the wings. That's creepy in anyone's book. And people that think they're cute and lovely, no, I don't.
I like bats.
We had a bat stuck in the house when I was a kid.
Was it terrifying?
Not really. My dad just caught it with a fishing net and let it out.
Oh.
Thing is, that when you were going out there, all that bat's doing is flying around eating the insects that are about. He's not going to come near you guys. They've got fucking like sonar built into their heads. They ain't going to hit you.
Leona said this as well. And she also schooled me because I turned around and said, listen, I've seen all the Batman films, right? And in fucking more or less every one of them, there's a bit where little Bruce Wayne, a fuckload of bats fly all over him and fuck him up for life in the head. And she says, straight away, correctly, just said, I think it was more his parents being shot in the face when he was a child that scarred him.
The bats may have contributed to that later. They gave him that identity later
that's
on.
where he got the idea to be Batman from. That's not what fucked him up. And I was like, you're ruining all my arguments for why I'm a pussy.
Has anyone ever been to the zoo where you go in and it's a darkened room and they fly about?
No.
I've been in there, yeah.
No, I wouldn't like
You can
that.
sort of feel them, the wind rushing past your head as they fly past.
Did you have the urge to become Batman after?
No, I didn't. No.
Well, that's disappointing.
I just wanted a burger and go home.
I found it.
Wow. Here I am surrounded by nature. I love a burger. I'd love to go home.
Play championship manager.
It was the last thing we did on the day, I think. So it was like, I'd had enough by then.
I tell you what, I was traumatised and had to act like I wasn't when we went to the safari park, summer just gone. And then there's a little section where, it's like a bird section where they're all flying round free, and you go in there with a little cup of what it looks exactly like sperm, but it's some sort of sugary liquid or something. I think it's something these fucking birds love anyway.
Are they hummingbirds, by chances?
Possibly, they're quite small. But you walk in there with it then, and they start landing all over you, and they're going for the food, and there's little kids in there like, hey, ooh. Oh, 3 of them land on my hand. First of all, it hurt a little bit. They got little grabby things, and I was like, well, this isn't very nice.
This isn't pleasant.
I wasn't expecting that. And then the 3 that are on my arm start having a fucking Royal Rumble over the cup of spunk I'm holding. Right? I'm fucking shitting myself. I'm genuinely massively uncomfortable. And I'm going to look over at the girls and be like, yeah, this is great. And I couldn't fucking get out of there quick enough, man. Ugh.
You're not a fan of birds, are you?
I don't want animals on me. Unless it's a dog.
When you go to the petting zoo and little goats and that, little lambs.
Not a fan of animals. I like, no, that didn't sound right. I love animals.
Not a fan of animals. Shot a lion yesterday.
No.
Just likes the sheep variety.
Yeah, I love a sheep.
But if there's a lamb in the petting zoo, that's different.
I'd pet a lamb, possibly. I have fed a sheep with a milk bottle, actually.
You fed giraffes, you said?
Yeah, through the car. There's video of that, but I wasn't happy, but I was scared. But the thing is, I love animals very much, but I don't believe man and the animal should share a space.
Yeah.
I really don't. Dogs and cats, we've sorted them out. They're all right.
Domesticated, yeah.
Other animals, no. That's why I didn't want to be out there smoking with the bat. But anyway, it was a massive tangent, and I was hoping somebody else was going to say that they'd be scared of a bat flying around, and obviously I'm just a pussy. Next news story, please.
Yeah, yes you are.
Want to do a bit of reggae box then, Ben?
Right.
Do you want to explain what the reggae box is?
The reggae box is as follows, really. I don't like reggae. I think it's all bollocks. It all sounds the same. It's my least favourite genre of music. So, in honour of that, we have a reggae box where I put things that I don't like.
Okay.
It's like almost a Room 101, but not.
Yeah, completely
original.
Legally completely different.
Completely different. It's called a reggae box for a start, and it's a box rather than a room.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Have that.
Give me your gun. What's going on over there? Put the gun down. I saw you with the box. What was in the box? Because I envy your normal life. Put the gun down, David. It seems that envy is my sin. Oh, what's in the box? Not until you give me the gun. What's in the fucking box? Give me the gun. I just told you. You lied!
What is in the reggae box, Ben?
So yeah, I've got a couple.
Okay.
Theresa May needs to stop fucking dancing again.
Yes.
Coming home to dance. I don't know whether they're taking a piss out of her.
For anyone who doesn't know, Ben.
We had the ruling party in Britain, the Conservative Party, had their annual conference this week, and our Prime Minister, Theresa May, came out onto stage to do a speech to ABBA's Dancing Queen, and she then proceeded to sort of dance/strut out. I wouldn't call it a dance, but it is a dance, but she was moving in time. It's like, you embarrassed us all dancing in fucking Africa. We've mentioned this.
Yeah, we have.
Right? Stop dancing, and they're taking the piss out of you, Theresa, because you can't dance.
She's taking the piss out of us.
Yeah.
Fucking smiling, laughing and dancing on stage when 120,000 people have died because of austerity.
Yeah? Which has now ended, apparently.
The bit I hated as well, after the dancing...
Believe you want to fucking see it.
Right, she gets to the podium, and then she's like pointing at some people up in the... who are sitting up in the rafters, you know, like she's some kind of rapper or something, you know.
It's like it's a fucking Oscars ceremony.
My people! What's up?
Check out my Tory peeps.
Westminster represents!
The problem was there was like fucking 10 people there.
God. It was
I would not want to hear her rap songs, you know what I mean?
Running through a field of wheat.
When we
Got
say
sore feet. I don't know.
When we say dancing, listener, if you haven't seen the footage, when we say dancing, we mean she awkwardly, unhumanly, unnaturally waved some parts of her body-ish in a sort of... it was cringe.
She's certainly uncomfortable in her human form.
Cringe off the charts, but if you've got a second, can you go on Facebook, Mike? Sorry, and find my profile. Just before I left the house, I did a little improvise. I was trying to write a song about Theresa's dancing.
Yeah.
We'll say if you've never listened before. When I say write songs, I'm fully aware I have no musical talent whatsoever. I can't play any instruments, but I try. So when I write songs, they're not really... So you don't have to tell me that it's shit, basically. I know it's shit, but... yeah, because her dancing is very, very special.
It is.
It needs to stop, that's the one. It's only a few seconds long. I don't think I drop any N-bombs in it, so...
Oscar Pistorius without his legs still dances better than...
Oh man, I think you're being shut down by the government.
Oh, run to you guys.
No, they shut it down for crimes against music. I'm not getting close to the truth. Oh well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But essentially...
Oscar Pistorius without his legs still dances better than Theresa May. She makes C-3PO look like Michael Flatley because she dances so very, very badly. Every time Theresa does a little dance, a little boy dies in the south of France because she's so evil. It's a work in progress.
That was my Teresa song. Thank you, boys, for indulging me.
That's alright. Yeah. So, stop dancing.
Stop fucking dancing, Teresa. Whoever's your advisor is, it's
Sack
not
them.
funny.
Sack them.
But the thing is, though, Tories and Tory supporters, they're all like, oh, that was absolutely brilliant. Way to show them, Teresa. You own it, girl.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that you can't dance. They may say that you can't dance, Teresa, but they can't say you didn't dance. Fuck.
Stop dancing! And have you heard about the 120 million quid that's been put aside for a festival of Brexit?
What the fuck is that?
Genuinely, she said, May just quite said, it's going to be so long after the date itself, 2019, March sometime, isn't it? That she's put aside 120 million quid to hold a festival of Brexit to celebrate what's great about this country. Like, but my local A&E's just closed for lack of funding.
Yeah, exactly. In our hometown currently, where we're recording from, the terrific Telford, they might be closing our A&E at night times. So we'd have to travel 30 miles either way further to get to an A&E.
That's an accident and emergency for anyone who's not familiar. It's your first port of call if you have a nasty accident.
And she's talking about 120 million. Fucking...
No magic money tree.
I don't know where to start with
it's
it.
a £50 taxi fare, isn't it? There
Yeah.
and back.
Yeah, well, I think it might be each way, to be fair.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, it might be.
Fuck. But it might not be happening yet. We're fighting it. As people, we're fighting it.
Well,
aren't we?
I think they're trying to get some petition going.
It's not definite. They're going to bring in emergency...
They're claiming it's to do with staffing levels, but it is basically because it's just been underfunded for the last sort of 8 years now. That's pretty much it. That's what it boils down to.
Fuck's sake.
So yes.
But you've got 120 million. Who the fuck wants the Festival of Brexit? And you can't call it that. Call it a Festival of Britain, for fuck's sake. The Festival of Brexit.
We had that in the 50s.
Yeah, and I get why those things work. Those sort of expos where, you know, it shows what we're working on for the future and the best of our manufacture and all that. But I don't think we're in a position to be doing it.
No.
When we're worrying about, because we don't know what the fuck. That 120 million might be needed for maybe insulin. I don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a farce.
There's no magic money tree though, boys. That's what she said. But you can bang £120 million away for a festival that fucking people don't want.
$1.5 billion bribe to DUP to get into power.
Yeah.
I mean, that no magic money tree.
No magic money tree though. That $1.5 billion is like half the NHS budget for the fucking year.
There is a magic money tree. It's in the Cayman Islands.
Well, did you see at the Conservative Party conference there was a Cayman Island stand? Come on, invest in the Cayman Islands. Put your money with us.
You couldn't fucking make it up.
They are,
could you?
and there's a thing to see that the
arrogance of these pricks.
Well, you go back to our Trump video. They don't even know what that is. That's the thing. And you can guarantee that the same over here with our gammons who are going to love that Festival of Brexit. They like, you know, all the money's in the Cayman Islands, don't you? Nope, fine. Love it. She's great. Trees and maize. Nigel Farage will be in there. Gammon face cunt.
It's just gross. I did like though, have you seen someone re-edited, you know, as she walks out on the stage doing her dance, someone put Vince McMahon's music in instead. No chance! That's what you got! Petty politicians.
I think someone also did it to the Liar Liar song as well. But yeah, there's a couple of things we can close the box on this week. Hopefully she'll stop fucking dancing.
It has to be the last time she fucking dances.
And it's all I want to see her dancing is when her legs are twitching once we've hung the bitch.
Oh! Shots fired! Shots fired!
War crimes against fucking humanity.
The pacifist speaks of revolution.
Not war crimes, but crimes against humanity.
Is Saint Tony going to be next to her on
Tony,
the tune?
Tony will be twitching in the background.
I need Duncan fucking Smith, and a lot of them, Gove.
Oh, I'm taking Gove's head personally. Because he thinks we should all route through the skips now for stuff to find and reuse. He ain't going to be routed through a skip, is he?
They're such cunts. And did you see they were selling mugs that were like anti-Jeremy Corbyn mugs that you could buy at your Tory conference? Like, well, you're a dick because you just wasted £6 on a mug that won't make sense in fucking a couple of years. So yeah, fuck.
And also the Tory students that who were out on the town had t-shirts that said "fuck the NHS" on it, and
are you shitting?
White power symbols.
White power, doing white power symbols, and the and Jude, which is what the Germans call it. I think it's German for Jews.
You mentioned this to me yesterday, didn't you? And I remember having a little freak out because it's all this stuff I've obsessed over happening in America, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the alt-right and the Antifa.
And yeah.
I've been obsessing over it in America, watching all these videos and that, and now it's sort of migrating here, and our Tories are the
Republicans, effectively.
How can you even say fuck the NHS? You know what I hope? This is what I would love. I'm just off the top of my head. You know, sometimes you go into a shop, and there's someone who's been shoplifting. They put their picture up in the shop. Do not serve this person. I would like to get the facial photographs of everyone who's identified wearing a fuck the NHS t-shirt, right? And I want every single ambulance and accident and emergency room in the country to have these pictures inside, and if any of these people ever need any kind of treatment, any kind of ambulance, they are fucking refused on the spot and reminded of their little fuck the NHS incident.
I was just going to run him down in a car.
Nah, fuck him, it'd be better to...
That would just move things along a bit. I'm with you. I was just going to run him down in a car and then...
Yeah, but...
Not fast, just enough for him.
That just shows you how, you know, morally right doctors and that are. They would still say that, like...
They would, yes, that's the thing.
Yeah. They shouldn't, but they
Right,
would.
well, it's a good thing.
It's the Hippocratic Oath, innit? They all swear it.
They shouldn't take the
Don't want to say
on
anyone died. No matter, you know,
Oh,
I know I
maybe.
joke about hanging Theresa May. I mean, it was a joke. I mean,
I wouldn't mind if the fuck the NHS guy died. I really wouldn't. All of them. Plus, like, just young Tories, to be honest.
I don't understand why you'd be... Well, I know why you'd be a young Tory, because Daddy's very rich.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But surely you're going to uni, that sort of... I mean, I'm the only one out of the three of us who never went to university. I'd imagine they're quite liberal places, aren't they? University, sharing of ideas, education, thing.
It was a mix, man. I met, you know, young. There was, like I said, there was a guy on my floor in the first year who was deeply Christian. I'd never met a real one of them before in my, not one my own age.
Yeah, but these young Tories, they aren't going to fucking University of Bristol. Do you know what I mean?
They didn't go to Aberystwyth. where I went.
No, I suppose not. But you still think that because they don't, like Oxford and Cambridge, just so they go in there, they don't just accept rich people, do they?
Oxford, Cambridge and Hull.
Those fantastic university towns.
You've got to have the grades to get in. Is that?
Yeah, you've got to.
Yeah,
Let's say that I passed with 3 A stars on my A levels, I applied to Oxford, they might take me. You know, so
you'd have a chance, but in their selection, I do think your family and where you come from, I think that shit does still matter to these sorts of institutions. But fuck, how can you possibly wear a T-shirt saying "fuck the NHS"?
Considering you were probably born in an NHS hospital.
Because even if you've got private healthcare, if you get into some horrible car accident, it's going to be an ambulance that takes you somewhere, isn't it? It's going to be, you still fucking need the NHS.
You're going to ring 999 first.
Yeah. You're going to go to a public hospital, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fucking the cluelessness of it. But they're just trolling. I'd love to think that's serious trolling. It's disgusting, but I don't want to think anyone could be that callous or stupid.
I would beat them to an inch of their lives.
Fuck them. Well, they're sad little people anyway, because they're in the streets protesting. I mean, like...
They weren't there on a night out.
Well, that's what... Well... Why are you politicising your night out?
That's a valid point. We didn't do that last night.
No. Well,
you did go a bit full Alex at one point.
Yeah.
He's shouting people in the street. You don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, Gaz did go slightly full Alex.
You don't care.
Well, you know, it's fun.
You were like one of them random... I felt like you were one of them random street preachers you get.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I was going for.
Conspiracy preacher.
I was probably just trying to make you laugh.
Handing out flyers.
Listen to the show, you fucking idiot. You don't know you're fucking born. Ah, lovely. Oh, yes. That's why I don't go out in public very much.
By the way, I found on my phone this morning, there was a picture of you and a guy dressed as Donald Trump. Looking like father and son. Although he had a beard in all fairness, but he was wearing a Make America Great Again hat dressed a bit like Trump.
We'll have to upload that.
Did you tell him that he's my dad?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
I think I did. That's why there's a picture on my phone of you two. You're quite happy about it.
I do remember the only bit where... Remember that guy dressed as Ivan Drago who tried convincing us he was actually Russian?
You fooled me.
Well, I remember the only bit I got him to break and crack and drop the fucking accent a little bit. I literally just told him he was a shit improvisational comedian and nowhere near as good as he fucking thought he was. And he was just like, okay. And but still went straight back into the thing, but...
That's commitment.
He was fucking annoying, yeah. Well, he was annoying me that I couldn't get him to break because I knew he was acting. I fucking just knew I could smell it.
He showed his driving licence.
Yeah, but it was English. It was English. It was. The guy was English as fuck. Anyway.
I don't know, I was drunk. I was convinced.
The listeners don't know what the hell are on about.
No, they don't, do they?
We'll move on, shall we?
Yeah.
More weird news?
Yeah. We'll do one more and have a piss break, eh?
Sounds good.
Oh, this is, wow. Therapist buries patients alive in coffins in shallow forest graves to cure psychological problems. I can't think that the opposite might be happening.
That doesn't sound very healthy to me.
No.
I'd rather some antidepressants, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or a nice back rub.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Andre, anyone to help me out with that one? Gelvetro places patients in coffins before burying them as part of a psychological treatment.
Yeah, it psychologically fucks you up.
I think he's just a sadist.
Yeah, me too.
His unusual methods became known after a villager found 12 empty coffins abandoned in the forest near the capital of Kiev in northern Ukraine. And I bet he went, vampire! Vampire! They're quite fucking down for that in Eastern Europe, aren't they?
The other guy's a vampire. Oh, shut up, I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, that bloke who's the vampire, he's been nicked, was 13, he's nicked one.
That's where he got it from. I can't believe my luck, I just found a coffin.
The villager reportedly found a dozen freshly dug graves at the scene and called the police, who then began looking into the incident. Their investigations led them to Svelvetro, who reportedly admitted that the coffins were used by him in his psychological treatment. He buried them for 2 hours. Yeah, it's just... it's not something that would give me fucking psychological peace, let's put it that way.
Oh look, it's not that bad though, Ben, because it says there, a pipe can be seen sticking out of the coffin so the patient can breathe.
Well, that's the least I fucking expect, to be fair. I want an air hole.
Oh man.
Zelvetro said, I created this treatment a few years ago. I was the first person who underwent it. This training helps you feel alive. No, it would make me feel dead.
I bet you're glad to get out though, aren't you?
I bet you feel really alive when you got out.
Yeah,
but
I think that's his point.
Well, either way.
Oh, you're warming to it now.
No, there's three things. There's 3 ways I don't want to go: drowning, fire, being buried alive.
Yeah.
They're my top 3 of ways I don't want to go.
Me too.
Top 1 is being 120 and choking on a 20-year-old's bra strap as I remove it with my teeth.
Hey! Boys from the
and then crashing my plane. That's the top one. One of the patients who was reportedly buried alive said, when I got out the coffin, I felt as if I'd become a new person. That was strange.
It's probably fucking traumatised. That was strange.
I'm not down for that therapy. I'll go and speak to somebody and I'll probably take some antidepressants or some weed if they're going to offer me.
Yeah, I don't want no...
They're going to offer weed on the NHS.
No, but you might have a really cool psychologist who deals a bit of weed.
Yeah.
Why can't he deal weed just because he's a psychologist? A psychiatrist even? Oh man, your problems will clear up just because of tenor.
Do you really want someone with an Eastern European accent to say to you, so we will dig the shallow grave?
Imagine.
If I'm going to dig my own shallow grave.
Leona came across this and thought, Gaz is a bit depressed. I know what will help him.
Fuck that. I've paid for it, babe.
Yeah.
You've got to
No.
You
don't know what's going on.
Oh, right.
They just, abscond you from the street, hood you.
Yeah.
Put you in this fucking coffin.
No, you got to dig your own shallow grave first. You got some Eastern, some big Russian guys around you, Ukrainian dudes around you.
Okay.
Who are like, dig the fucking grave.
Well,
and you dig it, and they go, enough, and they push you in the coffin, throw it in the hole.
I will twat the one on the left with the shovel, just like an action film, and fight my way out.
They've got AKs.
I will.
They're making this real.
I will take an AK off.
Do you know how to use? Do you know how to operate an AK?
Point and press the trigger.
Pretty much.
See?
That's got a safety catch. You might need to know where that
I've
is.
seen in action films where the man says to the woman, "Do you know how to use one of these? It's easy. You just flick the safety off, point and shoot. Okay." Happens in loads of action
on the
films.
side, isn't it? Is that where you load it?
Cocking arrows on the side, load them underneath. Safety catches on the trigger finger side.
I'd be fine. I'd fight my way out of it, and then I'd get back to the owner and she'd be like, "How's the therapy?" I'm like, "What therapy? I just got kidnapped."
Yeah, did you see it taken by them heavily set Ukrainian men into that black van?
I just killed 3 men.
And now I feel alive!
It definitely worked. As the SAS team comes in.
Luckily, there was already some coffins. There was already some coffins and freshly dug graves, so I gave them a proper send-off.
I even said a prayer.
Yeah. I don't know why you tried to kidnap me, but Oh well.
Wherever you're going.
I've not no interest in this as a therapy.
No,
I get the
no
point. I see where he's coming from. I'm sure when you get pulled up out of it after 2 hours, you just feel so fucking relieved to not be in that space.
Yeah, I suppose all those issues that you had have been replaced by that overwhelming issue of, I hope he's not digging me up in 2 hours' time.
Maybe.
I hope I haven't just got some serial killers just got really inventive. Yeah. And leave me here.
What if it backfires though, and sort of after the treatment, you just start obsessing over the fact that one day you are going to die and get put in a coffin, and you just become massively depressed because you're aware of your own mortality even more than you were before. And yeah, this guy, you should sue him.
And imagine there'd be some kind of screen. He would obviously, I think he must recommend people he thinks would benefit from that.
I bet the person, the least suitable they are, the more he gets a boner over it. As they're hammering on the coffin.
I hope he doesn't.
Enough! And he's just like, no, we have to do the whole 2 hours.
I hope he doesn't pop off for a coffee and get held up in traffic or something.
Yeah. What if something happens to him?
Exactly.
Just some really freak accident, like he turns around and trips on something.
And a bear attacks him.
Yeah, he paralyses himself and then a bear eats him. What the fuck?
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. I hope he's got backup.
Yeah, you better have an assistant. Okay, now.
Putin would ride in bare chested on a horse and just gun the bear down and then release you.
He says there's a pipe sticking up so he can breathe. What if a woodland creature shits down it?
Yeah, or puts acorns down it. I mean, you know what, you'd have something to eat for a bit, but at the same time that hole's going to get clogged by acorns.
What if a squirrel climbs down it and all of a sudden you're locked in a coffin with a rabid squirrel?
A rabid, afraid squirrel who's doing its best to eat your fucking nuts.
That's a nightmare scenario. Being locked in a coffin with a squirrel. Woo!
Well, he's added a fourth onto my list.
Imagine then if you just start, if he's a sadist and a murderer and a psycho and he wants to kill one of these patients and he just starts shoving squirrels down there. He puts like 20 of them down there and you just they chew you to death, or maybe you'd all just snuggle.
Literally, well, that'd be nice.
I don't know. Yeah, he'd probably be quite warm.
Yeah, that'd be quite comforting actually, snuggling with squirrels.
Would you then become...
I'd become a squirrel.
And then when you fight your way out, you're like, I know what I must do. I will become Squirrel Man.
Yes, exactly. I'd don a cute little red cowl and a tail and go out solving crime at night.
Oh man. As superheroes go, you know, what would your powers be? Like, fucking, you should see me run across a fence. Like.
I can hoard nuts that was no one's business. I can sleep for 6 months a year. The crime rate would spike for 6 months a year, and then I go right back down.
Oh, Squirrel Man. He's the hero Telford needs right now. I'll get you to A&E.
I'm running across this fence. I'm running across the fence is carrying you. It'll be fine.
Actually, it'll take you ages because you tend to run out to the middle of the road, then get a bit skittish and run back.
Well, yeah, that's true, yeah.
I was doing a visual impression of a squirrel.
You're
Then, sorry, listener.
Crossing the road, you have to solve crimes that only happen on one side of the road is the problem. Someone's getting raped down an alleyway on the other side of the road. I know what you're doing. I'll call the police. Desist, citizen.
If I didn't have these stupid claw hands, I'd call the police.
Yeah, I can't unlock my iPhone. Take me gloves off, hang on.
Coming to a cinema near you soon.
I'm going to pitch it to Marvel. I think actually there is a squirrel girl.
There's a squirrel girl, yeah. But I don't think she's as lame as our squirrel.
No,
man.
I think in one of Marvel's comics, I think she beat Thanos.
Oh, awesome. Well,
but Thanos has been beaten a lot. He's also won a lot. It's all alternate universes.
That's it.
I don't know if it's the squirrels, but that was about buried alive in a coffin.
Yeah. Can we call it Chris right now?
Yeah. Mind that squirrel.
And we're back. Just one last thing. Squirrels.
Right.
What if, when you're in that coffin, all them squirrels have been shoved down, and you become one with the squirrel and become Squirrel Man?
Yeah.
What if you can then make some sound that attracts the army of squirrels out the woodlands to aid you in your battle?
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, something like that.
Are you thinking about the next? Do you know what's coming up next?
No.
That is well
There's
freaky.
something weird happening.
Yeah.
Why? What's the next news story?
Raccoons come running for food as Pied Piper serenades with American...
A Native American flute.
Whoa.
That is creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe
Ben's a psychic.
one of Squirrel Man's powers could be he can summon an army of squirrels.
I mean, I wouldn't want to fight an army of squirrels.
Well, this man's summoning raccoons.
Let's find out what's happening with his raccoons.
These raccoons are under this man's melodic spell. Either that or he secretly has a pile of food waiting for them. The magical moment arose 24 of the mammals, according to their meal by music, was filmed at Brasher State Forest, a national woodland on the northern boundary of New York State with Canada. Studies have shown music to calm certain animals, and in the case of these raccoons, it certainly appears to be the case. Raccoons' hands are similar to humans with 5 fingers, and they use them to collect food, open shelves, and even doors. Raccoons have the ability to make sounds, including hissing, droning, purring, and whistling. I'd like a raccoon.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And you have to call
Nature's little burglars. Oh
So
yeah.
there is a video.
Trash pandas.
Oh, has he got a? Oh, he's got the old Native American pipe thing.
Yeah.
Here they come.
Well, that's quite jaunty.
Here comes another one.
Oh, that's great.
That's pretty awesome. There is a lot of raccoons.
There is. Oh man, I really want a raccoon now. So yeah, I like that. Have you ever seen the film Wind Talkers? It's a war film.
No, I don't.
Oh, it's about the Indian guys that volunteered to find the facility. They
Nicolas Cage, is it?
Yeah, Nicolas Cage
I've
and
not seen
Christian
it,
Slater.
no, I've not seen it.
Yeah, it's quite good. I can't remember what Indian tribe it is, and I'm sorry about that. But their language was completely unique. No one else outside the tribe spoke it, so they used them as radio operators.
Oh, awesome.
And the idea is that the Japanese, if they had to get a marine assigned to them whose job it was to kill them if they thought the Japanese were going to capture them. Because they couldn't let the code. They'd just torture them until they got the code on. But one of the characters, he's got this awesome knife flute combo, where the sheath of the knife is also a Native American flute.
Excellent.
And he does go out like a badass with that knife, to be fair. It's a good film, watch it. It's alright.
Good stuff.
Good war film. So.
I watched A Cracker with Nicolas Cage, a fairly new one, Army of One.
Right.
Based on a true story of a guy who...
Wasn't that a computer game? Army of One.
Not sure, but based on a true story of a guy who goes to Pakistan to kill Osama bin Laden. But he's just a guy. He's not ex-army, he's not nothing.
I think I've seen this.
He needed kidney dialysis and stuff, but he did make it to Pakistan and was just
Good
found
film,
in some
isn't
bushes, and they were like, come on mate, let's get you home.
See you at the hospital, then we'll send you home.
And Nicolas Cage plays it, he's going for it, it's full Nicolas Cage. So
is he going for Nicolas Cage?
He's playing a character, and he really is he's going for his Nicolas Cage Oscar. But yeah, good film, Army of One. It's on Netflix, so.
Alright, it's apparently his new film, something, I don't know what it's called, Mandy in the title.
Is that the horror thing?
Yeah, apparently that's really good.
I've heard he's good in that as well, yeah.
Maybe he's on the way back up.
Yeah, I love me some Nicolas Cage.
Isn't Nick Cage being successful again one of the signs of the apocalypse?
Possibly. Put the money in the box.
I do like. I would go with The Rock as my favourite Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
You've got Sean Connery in there too.
Yeah.
Good supporting cast. Ed Wood.
What about Con Air?
Con Air's good.
They're the two for me, Con Air and The Rock.
8mm is an underrated one.
Oh, that's a good film. That is a good film.
Well, he started off as a respected actor. What is it, Raising Arizona?
I didn't like that.
It's weird, isn't it?
No, I haven't seen it.
I did not like that. That was weird as fuck. I didn't really get on with that.
Yeah.
I did watch it all the way through, but I thought...
So, that concludes our Nick Cage discussion.
Yeah, Wind Talkers, have a watch.
Oh, yeah, man.
Not sure if that's on Netflix, actually. Not sure. Next one, then. Facebook bans election candidate called Luke Anus from campaigning online because of his inappropriate name. Well, he does have a last name of Anus.
Anus isn't a swear word. What the fuck is wrong with the world?
No, but if your last name was Anus, wouldn't you have changed it by now?
I'd probably be sick of the jokes, but
yeah.
It's anus, okay?
Yeah.
Nah, mate.
It probably is anus, but
it's anus.
It's anus, isn't it? It's
yeah, there is a meme going around, I don't know if anyone's seen it, Star Wars meme. It says something about putting your middle name or something as your Darth
Right.
Something, and it is his anus, and he's got a Darth Vader, he goes, I hate this game.
Darth Vader.
I got it backwards, I think it's his first name backwards is Sanu or something. Darth Vader, so I hate this game.
Oh man, I'd be Darth Neb.
Oh, mate.
That's shit. So a political candidate has been banned from using his full name on Facebook because it's deemed too offensive. Let's call him Luke Anus.
Yeah.
26 decided to stand as a council candidate in Lobez in Belgium's Wallonia region. But while sharing his campaign ideas on Facebook, he discovered that his surname went against the regulations of the social media site. So wasn't he on Facebook before?
Well, I know. Imagine that, a human not on Facebook.
Yeah. But he's 26 and I thought he would have been.
Yeah,
if he was 46, then
Imagine
maybe
it.
not.
He's 26 and he wants to be a politician, so I don't know how much of it. He's probably not got many mates, has he, outside the party?
Which party though, that's the question.
Yeah.
I hope he wasn't alt-right.
Socialist.
Sadly for Mr. Anus, it's Anus. It's not issues with social media that he's had to deal with. The Socialist Party candidate often gets jibes when it comes to his rather unfortunate surname. No shit, Sherlock. When someone uploaded a copy of Anus's election poster to social media, he became a viral hit and the butt of many jokes.
Oh, I see what you did there, Mr. Mirrorman.
Yeah. He's been forced to change the spelling of his nickname.
Oh, man. So how do you spell it now then, with 2 S's?
I don't know. I suppose he said, to be fair to him, he
Yes,
said, I'm unfazed by all the jokes and every comment about my name because I can deal with it. And you know what? Why not? He's had it all his fucking life. He's had it for 26 years. He couldn't give 2 shits anymore.
Well, he changed his name to Luke Anu now.
Ah.
So he's got rid of the S.
That's a much better surname. Sounds quite cool. Certainly cooler than Luke Anus.
It does sound a little bit Star Trek-y actually. Luke, Star Wars, even Luke Anu.
I am Luke Anu.
Jedi Master Luke Anu.
Fuck you, I am Luke Anu.
Yeah, so basically he's changed his name.
And according to the most recent data from the Belgian Civil Registry, there are 49 people with Anus as their last name, and they all live in the French-speaking Wallonia region of the country.
I thought all the Belgians spoke French.
49 talking anuses.
So they speak Flemish.
Well, maybe Flemish. I don't think French is a second language, certainly. Yeah, it's, well, I think I just changed my last name was Anus, I just changed my fucking name.
I would definitely change it before.
Yeah, but in Belgium, maybe it's a different language, isn't it? So
yeah, that's true. I suppose that when he's in Belgium, it's when he just a really random name.
Donkey or fox or something. You know, I don't know.
Oh, it means gaping hole.
What language do they speak then in Belgium? Is it French or?
Well, I think French is quite widely spoken, but Mike said Flemish earlier. That might be right.
Okay. English to Belgian translation. Google. I'll put in anus. See what it says. Oh, it'd help if I could spell anus.
I want to know what anus is in French now. Genuinely intrigued.
Anus. The Belgian for anus is anus.
No.
It doesn't mean the same thing.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well.
Oh, and I like the Google's. It gives you an example of how to use the word in a sentence. During this procedure, a flexible instrument with its own light, called an endoscope, is passed in through the anus.
Why couldn't they say, you shit out the anus?
It's your brown eye. Don't it make my brown eye blue? Curries make my brown eye blue. I'm sorry, boys. I should have gone on the last piss break. Can we just put a quick pin in it?
Yep. Okay, so we're back, and this is fantastic. I love this. FBI agent dodges killer hot tub, but is shot by booby-trapped wheelchair.
Okay.
I read this one.
Yeah.
This is an amazing story.
Yeah. Court documents describe visit to the property in Oregon as like a scene from an Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
That's referenced earlier. Wow, there's some fucking Mandela effect shit going on tonight.
There isn't there?
A man has been charged with assault on a federal officer after an FBI agent sent to a property in Oregon was shot from a booby-trapped wheelchair. Law enforcement officers responded to the home in the small town of Williams in September at the request of a real estate lawyer tasked with selling the property. A criminal complaint filed in US District Court in Medford said officers found traps at the property, including spike strips and a circular hot tub turned on its side and rigged to roll over anyone who triggered a tripwire.
Can you imagine?
That's some next level shit, isn't it? I love
Calling
that.
911. What's the matter, sir? I've been run over by a hot tub with spikes on it.
Oh.
My legs are crushed. I don't want to go out like that.
That's like a fucked up Home Alone, isn't it?
Yes, a grown-up Home Alone. Yeah. Hillbilly Home Alone.
So, after making it past the hot tub, a bomb squad and FBI agent approached the house and blasted open the fortified front door. Inside the home, a wheelchair fitted with fishing line, shotgun ammunition and other items triggered the explosion that wounded the agent. According to court documents, an X-ray found a .410 gauge shotgun pellet in the agent's leg. .410 isn't that big a caliber for you guys. You don't know that.
It's big enough.
410 is the poacher's pal.
The what?
It's if you're going poaching, you do a 410 shotgun. It's not that big. You can, it's doesn't make that much of a bang. Still, taking a rabbit, but nothing. It's that sort of sized game you're looking for with a 410. I don't get me wrong. If you still shot someone in the face with it, they're going to kill them.
Yeah.
But it's not that big a pellet. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So one of the leg isn't.
One of the leg is not a particular, unless it severs an artery, obviously.
Yeah.
Authorities said the makeshift weapons were created by 66-year-old Gregory Rodvelt, who was forced to forfeit his property as part of an elder abuse care involved in his case. Sorry. So he basically was smacking his mother about.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Rodvelt is in Arizona's Maricopa County Jail, was in the midst of an assault trial and a separate case related to an alleged armed standoff.
Bit of a nutter then.
Yeah, pretty much. He had been in jail since April 2017, but was released in mid-August for 2 weeks so he could prepare the property for sale, which he certainly fucking did. And it's almost like Killdozer Guy in a way, isn't it?
It is.
It's like, this is a low-budget Killdozer. I guarantee you this guy likes Killdozer Guy.
Yeah.
Check out our Killdozer episode.
Inspired by, yes. Killdozer, soon to be a major documentary being released, so do your research by going back and listening to our episode.
Yes. There's a bit of a future hint for an episode. In the weeks since the agent was injured, a team of private contractors consisting of former military experts has inspected the property. So there's a hint for a future episode. So yeah, I love it. I love this this story. I'm disappointed with the guy who got shot, but he's probably alright, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's not, I think
One
Mike
kid's
hit it
broken
best.
him.
Yeah, that's very true.
There is that. But I still like his his ideas. I particularly like the hot tub idea.
Massively irresponsible.
It is massively irresponsible.
But,
kind of feel it's something that I'd like to try and do if I was getting booted at my house.
So he's sat there in his garden thinking, because there's a bit of a hill, he must be thinking, well, imagine if somebody set up a tripwire down there and something could roll down. What could roll? And he then looked at the hot tub and thought, yeah, I could put that on its side.
Wrap it in barbed wire.
But it needs spikes on it. Yeah, spikes. Because it's not enough for the hot tub to hit you and crush you and, I want it to stab you so you lie there bleeding out.
It's going to be stabby.
Oh, Lord. Am I totally imagining this, but was there a gun in a bush as well or something?
Not so far in the article.
Sorry, I thought we were at the end.
No, that is the end, yeah. So yeah,
Oh, man.
you see that John Lennon's killer had been denied parole for the 10th time.
Well, good, you shot one of the fucking greatest songwriters ever. Because you were an MK Ultra victim.
Oh, he's a fucking lunatic.
I don't know, there's some CIA fuckery about, around that death.
There was.
I saw this.
Yeah, do you want to read it?
Go on then. Serial killer Rose West wins first prize in prison bake-off.
Future episode, The Wests.
Would you eat a fucking cake baked by her?
Well, it's under supervision with the ingredients given to them. I mean,
I suppose.
For anyone who doesn't know who Rose West was,
her and her husband Fred murdered, I think, at least about 10 hitchhikers, mainly women. After there was sexual abuse and rape, and then they killed them and buried them under the patio.
I remember the news. I remember watching the news sort of when I was a kid.
10 Cromwell Street or something like that was the address. But they were like a fucked up couple. I mean, they were having sex with their kids as well. You know, it was their own children. There was some. It was a messed up family, and obviously it was a future episode.
Yeah.
Definitely a future episode. Homegrown.
Well, apparently her Victoria sponge has won first prize.
Who wins with a Victoria sponge?
I know, it's horrible, isn't it?
It's just a basic cake of cakes, isn't it?
With jam in it.
Yeah.
Is it jam?
I don't know. We're not jamming. I know that much.
How does Bob Marley?
Yeah, we're jamming. Yeah.
We're jamming.
Yeah.
Jamming.
If I had a gun now, I'd shoot you. if I had a tripper on a hot tub on its side, Gaz. After I saved your life last night.
I think that's stretching it.
Not in my mind.
Well, obviously. Goes without saying. Right.
So yeah, go on, Mike.
Yeah, her Victoria Sponge won first prize in the competition at HMP Low Newton, amid claims she tries to avoid being attacked by handing out her homemade sweet treats.
Apparently this is a thing that she does get beaten up a lot.
Well, yeah. I'd expect her to.
And there were also apparently she's a raging lesbian.
Oh god. Oh yeah, we've had that story before.
Yeah.
Where she didn't she have a young lover or something?
Didn't she have to? She had to they did some kind of oral contest.
That was it. Yeah.
And she won or something like that.
Oh god. Now, remind me. What did you say? Did she actually kill anyone or just help?
I think she was. Yeah, I don't know. She killed.
The Cromwell Street.
So she was
convicted of 10 murders.
Yeah, so she must have helped.
Serving a life sentence.
I don't know off the top of my head how many the Wests killed.
10 it says there.
Yeah, but that might be what she was convicted for rather than how many they killed. She uses her cooking skills to win people over, I saw, told the Daily Star. There are some very violent women on the wing, and a lot of them are very aggressive towards West because of her crimes, I suppose, because they were killing the kind of people that end up in prison.
Yeah.
They were sort of hitchhikers, weren't they? Well, it's saying that, I'm making assumptions there. We'll have to...
I'm not sure. I think they just picked kids up off the street, didn't they?
I think they were
They were convicted of killing 12 women, Rose 10, Fred 12, Rose 10, and many believe up to 30 or more were murdered.
Along with her husband Fred, Rose West raped and murdered their daughter Heather and buried her under the patio.
Oh yeah, wasn't there something wrong with her?
I don't know. It's off the top of my head.
The daughter.
I haven't looked at this case for a long time.
Last month, the Mail Online reported that she found God and attended chapel services.
Yeah, well...
Fuck you, Rose.
Yeah, pretty much. Rot in jail.
Yeah, I hope somebody chokes you with a cake.
Oh, she might have type 2
Bake-Off
diabetes.
special from the prison with
think
Rose West.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
See if we can get that going.
Let's get the most violent criminals we've got in this country and get them to do a bake-off. Let's get Bronson in. Is he still alive?
Charles Bronson? Yeah, he's alive. Isn't he?
We'll get him in. Rose West. Oh man, there's a few of them gone recently. I know we've got Mara Hindley in there. She's dead.
I mean,
Dr. Crippen.
That's a long time ago. Shipman obviously hung himself. Fred West hung himself in the jail cell as
I was
well.
literally just about to ask you what happened to Fred.
Yeah, he hung himself in the jail cell.
That's a shame. I'd love him to still be rotting and living a shit existence. Because I personally, although I often say, "Oh, kill the fucker," when in jest, I think someone rotting in prison's way better punishment than giving. I think killing them's the easy way out, unless they're really. I don't know, man.
I don't read this last sentence.
Oh, go on then.
Last week, Westminster Police came under fire for renting husband's Fred's cell out for £75 a night for a Halloween event.
What are you going to achieve by going to Fred West's cell where he killed himself?
Oh my god. The police. Oh man, that's our police force as well, lads.
Yeah.
Well, they're underfunded now.
Well, that's what they that's a
£75, yeah, get in.
That's Tory Britain for you. The police are renting out jail cells where famous serial killers killed themselves to punters to have a creepy night in a cell. Ooh. Just to buy some batons, you fucking...
I hate them ghost hunt things.
I've
been on one. I know, yeah. I've been on one. It's a Dudley Castle. We went down the dungeons.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's just cold.
Yeah.
It was October. This is just cold.
Did anyone have a PKA PKE meter?
No, sadly not. If anyone was going to have one, it would have been me.
Yeah.
But no, it was. You got people like, oh, did you hear that? And you're like, no. No, I didn't.
Do you know what would be cool if you took, Ben? I don't know what it's called, but you know in Ghostbusters 1, where Peter Venkman goes to Dana's apartment.
Oh, the little
it's got a
thing.
pumpy thing in one hand and a stick in the other, and he's like, yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know what it is, but I'd like
No,
it.
I don't know what it is, yeah. But then I can play the piano as well. And go, they hate it when I do this. And that's no way that I am the Peter Venkman of the Ghostbusters.
I want to be Pete. I'll let you be Pete. I'll be Egon or Ray.
And Mike's Ray.
Definitely Ray.
Yeah, true.
You be Winston.
Fuck it, I'll be Winston. My dick's bigger than yours.
Black up then. You're the one dropping M-bombs. It's down to you now. Oh, what we got next?
Last piece of news.
Last bit. They find... Oh God, this article's written terribly. They find in Mexico a Nazi coin of the year 2039, a test of time travel or a parallel universe.
Or a fucking serial number of some description.
Yeah, or maybe it says 1939 and they've just altered it.
No, it definitely says 039. I could definitely see that.
I don't know.
Well, let's see what they say about it.
Well, for a long time, alternative universes have been used as a plot for a novel or simply a story for a movie. But there are many people who wonder what their life be like in a parallel universe, or if there's an alternate version of their person in another dimension, Nazi coin of the year 2039, for scientists who have spent time investigating the potential of alternate realities for decades. Over the years, science has exposed multiple theories, some of which have real evidence to back them up, allegedly. So if any of these theories are correct, there's a universe somewhere different from ours. Makes sense. Multiverse episode, check that out, it's very good. Some of our most beloved characters of the show come from that episode. Captain Burrito.
Yes.
Yep. For one, Mr. Blobby gets mentioned a lot. One of the most popular theories of alternative universes is string theory. According to this theory, we live in a multiverse of 9 dimensions with only 3 dimensions visible to us. Since we only exist in 3 dimensions, our universe would look flat, like a sheet of paper. Not flat Earth, though. Never a flat Earth. On the other hand, the way in which the other dimensions would expand would be along the timelines and possible situations. That said, alternative versions of how our world could be almost identical or totally different. However, it's only with theories. What will happen if someone discovers evidence of the existence of parallel universes? Now, a video posted on YouTube, which you can go and check out, shows a man who claims to have discovered a Nazi coin, apparently from the year 2039. Not that far away. Oh man, I'll be too old to be in the SS. It's an alternate universe, I can say that.
You can.
Apparently, the mysterious coin was found by Diego Alvarez in a work in Mexico. Alvarez explains that what caught his attention when he read the inscription saw the date on the Reichsmark was 2039. He had also engraved the symbol of the Nazi Party, the eagle and swastika, and a few words written in Spanish that said New Germany.
It's creepy.
Nice. Did somebody make it to fuck with people? Always a possibility.
That's also a possibility. In Mexico, there is a state called Nueva Alemania, located in the oh god, there's a lot of words here. That's it. Of La Concordia, in the state of Chiapas, but it is known there is no record of the arrival of any Nazi currency. On the reverse of the coin is the Iron Cross and the phrase Allah in Una Nación, which translates as all in one nation, a motto that would perfectly serve a country that has dominated the world. As the new video has gone viral on the internet, many conspiracy theorists have claimed there's a coin of an alternative future where the Nazis conquered the world, developed time travel and sent money back to the past, where certain currencies ended up in our reality. Others argued it's new evidence of time travel, a test that shows how Germany will be a key country in the imminent Third World War that is involving in Syria. See our emergency broadcast on Syria.
I think that the Germans are in there, though.
No, they're not. I wouldn't admit. No, they're not. I'm pretty sure they're not. Unless it's...
Plus the French and the Americans, isn't it?
And the Russians.
And the Russians, yeah.
Where were we? They also added the Nazis living in secret in Antarctica would join the Germans in the Fourth Reich.
Wow.
In the first place, is it really a coin of the year 2039? In the first place, there's no way of knowing if the year 2039 is written on the coin, at least not with the images provided. The number 39 is clear, but it could be the year 1939, as I did suggest. I'm prophesying again. Because the currency has supposedly been sent to university for examination, we cannot know the date that it is written until the results are revealed, which is convenient. Then, it's a coin. A silver coin, supposedly from the year 2039. If it were an electronic device or electronic currency, there'd be no doubt. However, we're talking about a nation that's managed to achieve travel over time and continues to silver as its currency in the year 2039.
Might have been one of those, what do you call them? Well, you just issue coins sometimes.
Like you see advertised at the back of the newspaper.
Like you get on the fucking every fucking daytime TV, like the Battle of Britain commemorative coin.
Yeah, memorabilia coins.
The royal wedding.
Yeah.
It could also. Something just crossed my mind, but right now here in the year 2018, they're desperately trying to push us toward a cashless society.
Yeah.
So yeah, would they still in 2039 be using coins? Still, it's a fucking cool idea. Not cool, but you know what I mean. Like, fucking. Since the Hadron Collider, realities have been all. The multiverse has opened.
Shit, our entire episode's linking together.
Yeah.
It's almost professional.
Everything's folding in on itself.
Man.
Just like reality.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my mind's blown.
Well, I hope it's not the Fourth Reich. Sending currency back in time to make their past selves richer to benefit their future.
I suppose that's a possibility.
Yeah, but you're not going to pay for things with a coin that says New Germany from 2030.
Written in Spanish, that's true.
Everyone's going to go,
well, that's fake, isn't it?
Why don't they just do like
I think the Nazi coin might raise a few eyebrows and try to hand that over at the local supermarket.
Unless they're meant to keep it safe until 2039 when they can spend it.
Why don't you send it back in 2039
Well,
then?
yeah.
Why put a date on it in the first place?
Yeah.
Why put the eagle and the swastika on it?
There aren't many holes in
Just send back $1.
Yeah. And the whole...
Send a fuck ton of paper money back. That's US dollars or British pounds or the euros or whatever, and send that back.
Yeah. Yeah,
Unless it is an altered dimension bleeding through reality and the Germans did win the war in that reality and this coin has leaked through somehow.
So to break this story down, it's essentially a man found a coin.
Allegedly found a coin.
Right. That shows the numbers 39. He's then assumed...
It's 2039.
2039 and constructed an entire story about time travelling banker Nazis.
Well, he's making a few quid out of it.
In Spanish it says New Germany.
And all in one nation sounds like the sort of thing they'd be saying in 1939.
In all fairness, though, I mean, as well, remember there's that district of Argentina, which is very Germany, very
where
Germanic.
Hitler still lives.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
And
He's dead by now. But...
Yeah, he
where he died.
Yeah.
Where he lived out his final years.
You literally, you can go to these areas and be forgiven. You're in Bavaria. Forgiven for thinking you're in Bavaria. There's German schools. There's beer halls. Maybe 1939. Some of them went over to visit the fatherland. Came back. Bought some currency with them.
Yeah, maybe it was a coin from 1939, a commemorative coin. Saying,
like our colonies, our brothers abroad, New Germany. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, like a propaganda piece.
Yeah.
Or the whole thing's a fucking silly hoax.
Or it's in 2039 and the Nazis won the war and I'm now Oppengruppenführer von Carter.
Either way, Heil mein future Führer. Don't kill me.
Maybe.
You're not Jewish, are you?
I've got blue eyes, he'll fucking love me.
Yes.
I'll be one of the boys. Anyway, moving on. I don't want to be one of Hitler's boys. I'm just saying.
I'll probably take a cushy staff role if there's that's
going.
One I'm going to do
it's
much.
2039. I'm just following orders. Okay.
Gaz, that's all any of us have ever done.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying it's defence.
No, it didn't wash at Nuremberg.
Didn't wash at Nuremberg at all. But I'm just saying.
I was just following.
But don't any of us just follow orders?
Right, I like to think I'm a free thinking.
They say jump and we say how high.
Got a fucking bullet in your head.
Wow, have you got any whiskey or anything strong? Fucking hell, you guys are bringing me down.
Oh, we'll go to Never Go Full Alex.
Yeah, let's go Never Full Alex. Let's have a laugh. What we got? Have we got Alex or
Can you just pause it a second?
Yeah.
I'll sort it out.
I'll do the piss. I'll be all right.
Yeah.
And we're back. So it's time. That's been weird news. The Farce Awakens. Nice one, Mike, on that. Good title. Good title. So let's play Full Alex. Never Go Full Alex. The most popular game show in this flat.
Yeah.
How it works is that Mike will find us a couple of random weirdos he's found on the internet spouting some bollocks. He will then play us a clip of Saint Alex, one of our patron saints of the show. We'll see who's gone more Alex.
Yeah.
Alex himself or the people who are trying to be Alex.
And remember, dear listener, never go full Alex.
Indeed. Just don't. Not like Gaz in Shrewsbury High Street.
Should have recorded that now.
The end is nigh.
We should have put it up against Alex.
Yeah. Actually, I think you know what would be a better one against Alex would be the last year's Oktoberfest train station rant.
Oh yeah.
God.
Who went more full Alex? Who went more full Alex? Gaz or Alex?
Just to explain to the listener, last year we went to Oktoberfest and I got quite drunk and was sort of aggressively shouting at people on the train that there was possibly more than one shooter in the Las Vegas incident. I don't necessarily believe that anymore.
But while he was, the thing is, we took along the microphone. We were in our early days of podcasting then.
Yeah.
Not the year-long professionals we are now.
The plan was to get
Not
some...
the slick, well-oiled machine we are now.
The plan was to get some good, to interview the man on the street and use those interviews for our podcast, but it just turned into me shouting at people until they ignored me.
Yeah, or got off the train.
Yeah.
Possibly a stop early. Oh, my fucking eyes are killing me from wearing these glasses.
At least you can see.
That's true.
Right,
my reading has been better tonight.
Let's play the game.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?
Alright, so who we got first, Mike?
First up, we got Jim Backer or Jim Baker.
Jim Backer. He's a show friend now, isn't he?
Yep.
Along with Satan.
He's a bit of a regular now. He's
friend of the show.
Along with Pat Robinson, Satan, Jim Backer now joins our illustrious Friends of the Show list.
This show is brought to you by our beloved sponsor, Satan.
Hail his ready goodness. Right, let's see what Jim's got to say.
Apparently he says his coffee will get you a new car when the end times come.
His coffee?
His coffee.
It'll get you a new car?
Yeah.
When the end times come?
Yep.
Why would you need a car in the end times when you're fighting demons just to stay alive? Let's see what he's got to say. I'm only poking some holes in this.
He turned the coffee into car.
Oh shit! Jesus, come back! He's turning coffee into cars. Red wine, water into wine. So fucking 2000, so 0 BC. 33 AD.
Now he turns Nescafe into Mustangs.
It's the American dream.
Oh, spin that shit. Let's see what this fucking lunatic's got to say.
God has spoken to us to prepare for what's coming. I believe Donald Trump was given by God to give us a respite and give us a time of prosperity. But do you think the evil Antichrist spirit is sitting back?
No.
They're fighting tooth and toenail. They're fighting the president.
Yes.
They want to kill him.
Yes.
And believe me, if they get one open shot, someone will kill our president.
Matter of fact, news yesterday, they had to go and find somebody in Pennsylvania that has made threats to the president of the United States to kill him.
Yes.
This is real. And when you talk about the prophets being here on this stage, this is the number one thing that keeps saying, Jim, Lori, audience, we are living in the most prophetic time in history than any other time. If that's the case, we're getting the storehouse ready one bucket at a time.
And
all you preppers that don't have coffee, this is your moment to start getting your coffee ready. Start stocking up on coffee. Bartering is going to be the number one thing.
What do you think that would be worth if the sun don't shine? What would it be worth with this power goes out and there's no trucks running, and the EMP bomb or whatever they're talking about for these last day events, this 2-gallon bucket of packs of coffee, you could trade them for whatsoever you want.
That's it.
You could probably get a new car for 1 packet of coffee.
So it turned from people want to kill the president, which I'd imagine, let's face it, someone's always making a threat against the rule of the country somewhere on Twitter, whatever. But then, but you can get that 2-gallon drum, 2-gallon tub of coffee that you can. Hey, when the end times come, when you're bartering, now you know what I'd do, Jim? I'd bash your skull in with fucking Lucille, right? Because I'm Negan in this scenario. I'm going to suave leather jacket and a nice red scarf, and I'm bashing your head in with Lucille, and I'm taking your coffee. I'm not going to barter with you for it. I'm just going to recognise who you are, and then I'm going to beat your skull in and take it off you.
Yes.
I think his plan is flawed.
That sounds like a plan.
That's not cheap either. $80 donation for deluxe coffee and creamer bucket.
The thing is, as well, remember, you say you're in your bunker, right? Now, unless if your filtration system packs in, you're on limited oxygen. Can't be lighting fires to fucking boil your water for the coffee.
Yeah.
The electricity is gone. There's an EMP bomb, as he said.
Yeah, must be cold coffee.
That'd be cold. No one's drinking cold coffee in the
That
apocalypse.
essentially went. That was.
It went from apocalypse
Yeah,
news to an advert,
you,
a QVC advert.
Yeah, you are all going to die. Even the president isn't safe. Someone's going to kill our president and the apocalypse is coming. But you know what would be really useful in the apocalypse? Coffee!
Yeah. You know what would be more useful
and
to me
you
in the
know who's
apocalypse?
selling coffee? Me!
But you know what would be more useful to me in the apocalypse? Medicine.
Yeah.
That'd be a good start.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Some food. Food would also be water. Fresh, unradiated water would also be good.
Everything about this is fucking disgusting.
Exactly. And he's a man of God.
I was about to say, these men of God who surely should be preaching that if we all love each other and we spread nothing but positivity, maybe those end times won't come.
No.
But they're just pure cynical salesmen.
Spot on,
Like,
yes.
you're all gonna fucking die. Buy this coffee. Fucking hell. You're not a man of God. You're
fucking charlatan, isn't he?
Get to
You know what? Part of me wants in on this. Part of me wants to start doing what he's doing.
As a business owner,
yeah.
They's probably fucking take money hand over fist from certain sections of America.
I would go on TV, said that I love Jesus, and then sell my survival shit. For the money they're on, that Joel Osteen's got a £5 million fucking $5 million mansion.
I don't know what channel this is, but they basically stole Alex Jones' business model. They've seen that he's become a millionaire from doing it.
I think they even did it a lot longer
than Alex.
Yeah, these go back to the 60s and 70s, don't they?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know what the quickest way to salvation is? Buy one of this company's Leatherbound Bibles, only $99. Quickest way to salvation, buy one of them. That is exactly it. Yeah, it's. But part of me, 90% of me thinks this is just fucking disgraceful, and the other 10% of me thinks I should get in on this.
Yeah, no.
As we've seen, there's a lot of stupid people about.
It's the way to make money. Right, who's next, Mike?
Next up, we've got Gordon Klingenschmidt.
Sounds like an awkward bowel movement.
No, that's what. In Germany, that's what they call Klingons, dingleberries. Oh, I got a really bad case of Klingon shit.
I had a Klingon schmidt this morning, to be fair.
Somebody needs to get the nerves, a hose pipe and a toilet brush.
Fetch the toilet brush!
What's he saying?
Decrying the homosexualisation of Bert and Ernie. From the
Bert and Ernie being homosexualised?
Apparently.
Wow, okay, well this is news to me. I just thought they were lovers. I didn't care.
Let's hear him.
The puppets are simply puppets. They are not perverse. And I think Mark Saltzman, if we were to take a moment and discern the spirits here, Mark Saltzman, by projecting his own sexuality upon beloved children's puppets, is actually trying to recruit children into his perverse lifestyle so that he can eventually recruit them to become what he is. And the sad part of this is that if homosexuals, because they don't have their own children, they have to recruit the children of heterosexual couples in order to continue and propagate their own population of available sex partners, they are perverting and recruiting children by making these false allegations. And that is a demonic spirit inside of you, Mark Saltzman, who are targeting children for your own pleasure. And that, of course, was condemned by Jesus himself. The Bible says this in Matthew chapter 18. Jesus said, "Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and he were drowned in the depths of the sea." End quote. Let's pray about this. Would you pray with me?
Oh, we only see him pray.
Father in heaven, we pray that you would protect the children of American culture, especially those who watch beloved programs like Bert and Ernie on Sesame Street. And Father, protect them from the homosexualization of the liberal culture who wants to reach every child possible for their own pleasure. And Father, we pray against that sin of recruiting and defiling. Father, we pray for the protection of every innocent child, whether they watch public programs or Christian programs. Father, we pray that America will protect their children in Jesus' name. Amen.
I think that guy touches children. Allegedly.
You know what? First of all, I'm going to get the elephant in the room at the way. I have no idea what the fuck he's on about, to be fair. It's just like, I don't even know why this is an issue for him.
Well, he's saying that.
But second of all,
Bert and Ernie in that, it's the homosexualisation of puppets to encourage children to be.
Yeah, but we're not seeing Bert and Ernie butt fucking.
Well, that's where we've got an issue with him. Surely
he's the one sexualising.
He's sexualising the puppets,
children.
Yeah, but second of all, speaking as a boarding man, right? Sorry, I owe you guys a beer. Hey! Didn't put my phone back on airplane mode. Do apologise. You never, as a boarding man, let them two clumps go on the side of your head. You shave it off.
Yeah.
You keep your head shaved.
I'd do it.
It's your one thing as a boarding guy. Is like, just keep it shaved because it looks stupid. Don't then go on TV and start preaching about this bollocks. Well, and then have that haircut. Just don't do it.
Do you know?
Shave your head, man. Shave your fucking head.
Back to the bit sexualising, it's him doing the sexualising, because it's not the same thing, but it's similar. I was watching the wrestling this morning with the owner's little girls, and the youngest one's 5, and she asked me, there's a white guy and a black guy wrestling, and she asked me which one I was rooting for, and I don't know if I should have said this, but it was just the easiest way. I said, well, the black guy. She didn't know what I meant. Do you know what I mean? She didn't know what I meant. She still hasn't got the concept of like white, black. Like, it's not a thing to her.
It's our labels.
Yeah. I had to then say, oh, look, the gold boots guy. Oh, okay. Right. So I don't think she's looking at
2 people. To her.
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. To her, just 2 people, and she didn't know what I meant when I said the black one. And
it would be a lovely world if that was the case.
Yeah, but so that's what I mean though. I don't think children are watching Bert and Ernie and putting 2 together and going, oh, Bernie is slinging that sausage right up Ernie's fucking poop chute. No, it's you doing that, mate.
Yeah.
You creepy, weird fucking...
That's in your head. And as for that prayer, that was the least convincing prayer I've ever heard in my fucking life. I mean, he couldn't remember what he was saying half the time.
Because he was desperately trying not to.
He was trying not
say,
to.
I love fucking kids.
He was desperately trying in an attempt to stop his boner banging the desk. Clunk, 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 because he's that hard.
Yeah, thinking about Bert and Ernie rubbing each other up.
All right, let's go to Alex.
Okay, apparently Alex Jones is not bragging.
No.
Bit of a compilation clip from Alex.
Okay.
Excellent.
And I'm not bragging. It's just that I didn't believe in Santa Claus at 2.5, and nobody had to tell me. I'm not bragging here, but not everybody's family found in Texas. Again, I'm not bragging to say that things I've coined become popular parlance. I'm not bragging, but aren't those some big pecs? I'm not bragging when Jeff Bridges calls me. I knew Vladimir Putin listened on a routine basis. That's not bragging. I'm not bragging. I really have read thousands of books. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not some pseudo-intellectual here. I'm not bragging either. I can pretty much speed read. So I've read, let's not exaggerate. I'm not bragging. I just keep saying hundreds. It sounds like an exaggeration. I've probably read 200 naval history books of the U.S., England, France, China, Japan, the Netherlands, the Romans, the Greeks. I mean, I really got into naval stuff for some reason. I know about the maps of the South China Sea. I'm not bragging. I just know it in my head. And I'm not bragging. I mean, it's a fact, folks. I can think 50 levels up, okay? I'm not bragging. It's just a fact. Not bragging. Again, I'm not bragging. This isn't Alex Jones's head got big. I mean, I'm not bragging saying I'm Mr. Cool. The only reason I've always been the coolest guy around, when I was 12, I'm not bragging, this is a normal behavior, I was going after women. I mean, I'm not bragging, but I was 14 dating college chicks. I'm not bragging, I can't help it. I start just saying, here's $50 bills. You ladies all have whatever you want. This is big mojo, okay? I mean, I'm not bragging. I just want you to get the newsflash here. I am the person that popularized the term false flag. Chuck Norris listens to us almost every day. It's not bragging about Chuck Norris. And I'll guarantee you I'm not stronger than Hillary. I'm not bragging, but I'm not stronger than her. I mean, I don't have any fear. I'm not bragging. It's weird, actually. I wish I had fear. I'm not bragging. It's just really good to be in this position. Truth is, I'm extremely vicious. Yeah, I'm not bragging. A lot of men are like that, but I mean, I'm crazy. I mean, I got tricks 1,000 times more vicious. The problem is, I don't want to release this stuff on the earth, and I'm not bragging. I'm like a gorilla. I'm not bragging. I mean, it's like a war machine if I get in a fight. I'm not bragging. I mean, I'm not bragging, but I would literally have just absolutely devastated all those people in about 10 seconds. If I was to hit somebody 20 times, they'd probably die. I can punch pretty hard, not bragging. I'm not bragging, I'm just an average guy. But I got in fights in high school. Punch me, I punch you back. And then I slam your head in the concrete. I'm not bragging, but I come from super Texas, hillbilly, you name it.
No, you don't. Your dad was a fucking successful dentist.
I'm not bragging.
You got your first job at the Radio Shack.
Yeah. I told you 2 months before it was coming, they were going to blow up the World Trade Center, blaming on bin Laden. I'm not bragging about me, and I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging. We game changed the presidency. World leaders listen, and all the major intelligence agencies listen, and the Pentagon listens, and everybody else listens. I'm not bragging. It's a fact. I mean, I'm not bragging. It's just, and I'm not bragging. A lot of folks in the grassroots are bringing this to Trump, but we brought it directly to him. And Oprah Winfrey is coming. And I'm not bragging. I don't like saying nobody else has done the research we've done on her. I'm not bragging, but just about general concepts. I can sit around and talk about quantum mechanics and M theory with people. I'm sitting with William Benny and I go, but doesn't a hologram of a mathematical equation of something with that much data create mathematically its own mass and create a distortion mirror of the key, a projection of the dark matter coding? And he was just like, I'm not talking about classified stuff. I said, I don't know about classified stuff. And he was, and of course, Buckley's real smart, and people were there. They're like, but Alex, what are you getting into? And I just suddenly understood I just started spouting this stuff off. I don't even know how I know all this stuff, folks. Half the time I just started spewing out of my mouth. And, but I know that in the universe, they look at older parts of it and it's distorted and matter moves at a different rate. I know that with the mathematical equations of a French physicist, I forget his name.
Well, he's not bragging, that's the important thing.
Yeah. He's not bragging.
Never brags, he's not a braggart, he's Alex.
No.
Well, judging on the strength of that compilation, I mean, I think Alex is going to win that. Yeah.
Guy with the coffee?
Guy with the coffee, friend of the show, Jim Backer.
Just a cynical reptilian salesman.
Yeah, he's very much a skull-faced alien.
Cynical,
they live.
evil fuck.
Yeah.
The guy who hates burn early.
He's just a repressed homosexual. I'll guarantee you. I'll guarantee you he's going to get found in a motel with a male prostitute in about 3 months' time. I guarantee you. And just shave those fucking clumps of the side. You've got male pattern baldness, mate. You're not the only one. But just shave the fuck. There was a Blackburn player from the 60s. You remember? He had ginger clumps on the side of his head. He looked like Krusty the fucking Clown, right?
I've got a football book about all the dodgy haircuts in football history.
Yeah. And these things are like 6 inches fucking high, guys. They are. He's going down that route. Just shave your fucking head. I might respect just slightly more. Stop looking like Krusty the fucking Clown. Sort it out.
Yeah, but Ben, if you create a hologram
Right.
Does it affect the dark matter of the key of the original?
There's too much data to transfer, guys.
We can't talk about classified stuff.
There's too much data to transfer, don't you know?
He is amazing.
I fucking love this man. I'm telling you, I'm one of the ones. I don't care if he's got blood on his hands or if he's dangerous or he's irresponsible. I don't.
I definitely want to go out for beers with him.
Yes, I want to get stoned out of my mind.
Imagine he was in Lush yesterday.
Oh my god.
And I followed that boxing match.
Oh, I love him. I love him so very much. He's fucking nuts. He said it. He had a little moment of clarity where he's like, I'm crazy.
You know, no shit, Sherlock.
And you're speaking of which, have you seen the Will Ferrell, Bill Riley? Is it Bill Riley? The guy who...
Oh, Sherlock Holmes.
Holmes, yeah. Have you seen the trailer for that?
No.
Oh, it looks fucking great.
It does look quite humorous.
It looks like Step
Bill O'Reilly's in it though, is he?
I don't know what his name is.
That's the politician guy.
No, he's the newsreader.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Who was the chap was in Talladega Nights? And
You're right, John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly. I had Riley. I got Riley.
It's a very different film, isn't it?
But
Bill O'Reilly.
the pronunciation would be a lot clearer. But yeah, looks quite good actually, the trailer for that.
Does, looks very funny. So, who's got your vote this week then, boys?
It's Alex for me. And the compilation won it. I think it's a little bit unfair that it was a compilation.
Yeah, but you can't.
Rather than a single rant. So I do think that the contest has been marred slightly. But Alex wins it for that. I'm not bragging. I slept with hundreds of women by the time I was 15.
I'm not bragging. I was dating college chicks.
Yeah.
When I was 14. No, you wasn't. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got it. Mike.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've got to go with the consensus on it.
Yeah. Right. Do you want to wrap it up?
So that's been Weird News Part 3, The Farce Awakens.
Oh, should we just say, sorry to cut you off just before you wrap up?
It's alright, I'll roll this flag.
There you go. Dear listener, if you enjoyed the show, you enjoy us, we would love it if you went and found our Facebook page, literally called Cutting Through the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. Give it a like and follow, join in, we share a lot of conspiracy memes, fun times. Leave a little review if you enjoy the podcast. If you don't enjoy it, maybe inbox us and tell us what you didn't enjoy.
That'd be a good idea.
Rather than publicly write it and fuck with our rating, we would...
No, we're not doing that for that though. But no, just... If you can't say anything nice...
Don't say anything at all. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you like us, let Facebook know with a nice review and like us. And if you have been, thank you for listening.
And Twitter is Apocalypse Ball, at Apocalypse Ball.
Yeah.
I am at Baron Von Carter. I don't do a lot, to be fair. But Mike, you're at Gaggy Van Cack.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't really do a lot either.
No, guys, you're not there. Don't follow us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Don't add us as friends on Facebook.
You won't want to follow my personal Facebook. It's just the diary of a madman.
No, you're very boring on Facebook. We're all very boring on Facebook. Then they won't friend us.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we love you.
Yeah. So, and also, if you've got any episode suggestions you'd like to hear, unless they're really batshit insane, I'll look into them all.
Yeah, man.
And
someone mentioned QAnon, and we're going to look at that soon.
Yeah, QAnon. Someone's already had a. I know nothing about QAnon, so
you'll enjoy that then.
Yeah, so I'm going to say if we're all in agreement that we're ending.
Yes.
I've been Ben. I'm going to say don't drink the Flavour Aid and don't join a cult.
I've been Gaz, and I will say free Biff Tannen.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
How's it you like to go, Mike?
It's going fine. Thank you very much.
Have you started yet?
Not just yet.
Close or? How close?
I'm working towards it.
Working towards your busy to-do list.
It's got a very packed schedule. He has to edit the show for a start. To be fair,
fair enough.
We're not going to do it, are we?
No,
we don't know.
I tried it once, didn't work.
Right then.
Okay, well, good night everyone. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.